Harding has won the coin toss, has elected to defer.
It is week 3 of the NCAA Division Football Playoffs, and we have reached the quarterfinals with only 8 teams remaining in the country. It's the Super Region 4 final. 13-0, Harding meets 11-2, UT Permian Basin. Football greetings and welcome inside First Security Stadium. Bright sunshine today. Billy Morgan along with Park Parrish. And for Harding, this is the program's 5th time to reach the national quarterfinal round. But for UT Permian Basin, it is the Falcons' first trip to the quarterfinal round in their 3rd D2 playoff appearance. Park, always great to be with you, and we have a matchup of contrasting styles. It's a Bison team that leads the nation in rushing and defensively leads D2, allowing just 130 passing yards per game. But on the other side, it's a Falcon offense that ranks 3rd in D2 with 332 passing yards per game. It will be interesting to see the styles collide today.
Yeah, you know, this is strength on strength. You know, it's good to be back for some more playoff football, Billy. Every week it just seems to get bigger and bigger, and the excitement is evident in the crowd today, and so we should be in for a treat. No, these are two, like you said, two contrasting styles. You've got a team that loves to throw the football in UTPB, and you've got a team that has a great pass rush in Harding, so I'm anxious to see who has the advantage here.
And how they got here. The Bisons won 2 home games, one over Northwest Missouri State, one over Pitt State last week. And UT Permian Basin, what a win for them last week as they won in overtime at Western Colorado after beating Colorado State Pueblo 37-24 the week before. An overtime win. They were down 15-0, came back to win that to get here.
Yeah, it says a lot about their football team and the resiliency and the grit that they have. You know, I mean, anytime you're going on the road, and they've done a lot of traveling the last 2 weeks. So to be able to do that and stay together as a unit and make a comeback like that, that says a lot about who they are. It's a tough football team, a talented football team, and very, very well deserved the success that they've had.
Magnus Lepak has it teed up and ready to kick it away, and we are underway. A high end-over-end kick that goes through the end zone, and Lepak on the year, 92 kickoffs now for touchbacks. And in his career, he's been very good. And for Lepak, 49 of his 92 kickoffs now, touchbacks. Park, you talked about the travel, and Harding was in the same situation last year. They won 2 games on the road, played a quarterfinal round game at Ferris State last year, so they know the road that is traveled like UT Permian Basin has done.
Yeah, it's difficult to do week in and week out. Permian Basin so far has handled it really well. Obviously, you know, with 2 victories and especially coming back from behind late in that game last week. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot. You know, it wears on you. We'll see how they handle it today.
Cannon Gibson is in shotgun, takes the snap, and now throws over the middle. This is complete. Tackled immediately by Zach O'Day at the 34-yard line after the completion to Traylon Sewell. 8 touchdowns for him on the year, 56 receptions, and they give him the 35, so it's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Cannon Gibson, 30 touchdowns passing on the year, 11 touchdowns rushing on the year. Here he'll turn and hand it off to the left side, get 3. Up to the 38-yard line. Niadi and Justin Sobzak along with Jordan Mays all around the football to make the tackle. Give him 4 up to the 39-yard line. So this is another dual threat quarterback. Park, 3,678 yards passing, 496 yards on the ground. Cannon Gibson, a junior from Wink, Texas, transfer from West Texas A&M. He can get it done a lot of ways.
Yeah, very talented. If he has time today, he's going to be able to pick this defense apart. It's going to come down to the pass rush.
2nd down and 4, and now he takes here. Gibson looking, good protection, throws over the middle. This is incomplete. It is broken up, and broken up by Josh Gatlin, the redshirt freshman from Forney, Texas, broken up. Now it's 3rd down and 4. Harding won the toss, deferred the option of the second half. You heard referee Jaime Martinez. He's from the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. It is 3rd down and 6, I beg your pardon, from the 39-yard line.
Yeah, really nice coverage right there. Dropped back into zone coverage and was able to get his hand in there and break it up at the last second.
Gibson out of the gun, takes the snap. Now Gibson looks left, fires incomplete. Wiseman on the coverage, broke it up, intended for Jace Wyatt, the senior from Red, Texas. He's a transfer from East Central. And when you talk about these coaches, Paul Simmons in his 8th year, 90 wins for Coach Simmons. Chris McCullough in his 3rd year at UTPB. And he coached at East Central, so he has coached against the Bisons back in 22.
And not quite a 3-and-out, but a 4-and-out if you don't count the first play of the game.
So here is the punt. It is a high punt taken at the 24-yard line. Valcarson with a return, but a short return. Excellent coverage downfield by UT Permian Basin. And Tyreek Curley on the tackle. Let's go downstairs and check in with the 3rd member of our broadcast crew. Let's go down and check in with Lily Burns. Lily?
Yeah, talk about that tackle. That was phenomenal just now, but good job by the Harding Bisons to be able to get their defense off the field early. In comments to the Arkansas Democratic Gazette, Coach Simmons literally said this quarterback is elite, and he is. And so Harding has an amazing defense, but we will see how this will play out for the rest of the game.
Thanks, Lily. Look forward to hearing from you as the game goes along. So now it's 1st down at the 29-yard line for Harding. And Cole Keelan, who comes to the line of scrimmage, takes the snap, turns, hands it off for Miller. And Miller's going to cross the 30 up to the 31-yard line. And we're going to see a lot of Tristan Exline today. The junior, he's outstanding. 123 tackles on the year at linebacker, 5.5 sacks and an interception for him.
Yeah, he's a heck of a football player, and he's gonna have his work cut out for him today. That's for sure.
2nd down and 9 as Cole Keelan in his 54th start, 49 wins as a starter, and his first victory came against Coach Chris McCullough when he was at East Central. 2nd down and a yard. Toss to the left side for Jay. Breaks 1, breaks 2 tackles, and he's going to get up near the line to gain and tackled at the 38-yard line. And the combination of Tristan Exline and Champ Mathis. Champ Mathis, a senior from DeSoto, Texas. He's a transfer from Texas A&M Commerce, so now it's 3rd down and a yard. 3rd downs are always big, Park, and here's one early.
Yeah, and this is the scenario Harding wants to get in. They want to get in these 3rd and short scenarios. This is their bread and butter, and this is what you've got to avoid if you're Texas Permian Basin.
Here's the give to Miller. He's got the 1st down up to the 45, up to the 46-yard line. He'll move the chains. And Andrew Miller, who is a Harlan Hill Award finalist, and 699 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns in 8 playoff games before today. He's tied with Harding legend Snake Dixon with 7 straight 100-yard rushing games. 1st down at the 45-yard line with open field to the right. Good crowd here at the stadium today. And see a lot of Harding fans sitting across the way on both sides of the stadium, and UT Permian Basin with the fans, the Falcon fans across the way. Give to Miller here, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. And that's a great job up front of Anthony Cunningham, the junior from East St. Louis, who came through and made the tackle.
Yeah, that's what you got to do if you're UTPB. You've got to, create negative plays on 1st down and put Harding behind the sticks. But you got to do it again on 2nd down. We saw him on the previous set of downs, stop him on 1st, but Harding was able to have a successful play on 2nd down. See if they can prevent that here.
2nd down and 10, so really no gain. About maybe a half-yard loss on the play. Football is short of the 45-yard line, and that's where the line of scrimmage is. We go under 11 minutes here in the 1st quarter. And now here is Keelan, toss left side. Jay, midfield. Jay down the sideline. 30. Jay to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Harding. Braden Jay, 45 yards. And Harding takes the early lead. Braden Jay, 55 yards. And Harding takes the early lead at 6-0.
Yeah, just a little mid triple the other way. you get everything flowing to the right. The defense just takes a few steps that way. Then you come back with the option this way. And Braden Jay, you give him an inch, and he's going to take it the distance.
So now here is the extra point try. Magnus Lepak adds the extra point. And here's the replay. And when you look, and Braden Jay, off he goes. And almost always he's going to win that foot race. And Harding has the early 7-0 lead. 10:47 remaining in the first quarter. We step away for 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. .47 left in the first quarter from First Security Stadium in Searcy, Arkansas. It's Harding 7-0. They lead. 55-yard touchdown run, Braden Jay. 5 plays, 71 yards. And UT Permian Basin stopped the Bisons between the tackles on a couple of good plays there, but the Bison's able to get on the edge.
Yeah, and you saw it on the twice on second down there. The option to the left side was good for him.
Here's Magnus Lepak, and it's a surprise onside. Magnus Lepak recovers it at the 46-yard line. So the kickoff is recovered by Magnus Lepak, and it's a perfect onside, surprise onside. And it just went past the 45-yard line, and Lepak jumped on it.
Yeah, and took a lick right there, and showing some toughness from the kicker. I mean, he really, UTPB played it fairly well. He recovered it right at 10 yards and took a lick as soon as he got the football.
Well, Magnus Lepak, we've talked about what a weapon he is all year, and 50 touchbacks now on the season, and now he can beat you that way also.
Yeah, well, you know, he kind of lulls you to sleep a little bit, right? You think, here comes another touchback, and then he pulls that one on you. So really well executed right there by the young man, and I'm impressed. I mean, he took a lick and held on to the football.
Yeah,
so
there's the replay, and he did.
That's pretty good.
So football is at the 46-yard line, and the Bisons with very good field position on their own side of the 50. Now here's Keelan to throw on first down, fires left side, a diving attempt, but it is incomplete, and that was intended on the left side to Neal. And Bodie Neal, it's second down and 10.
It was a really nice throw right there by Cole. There was no room. The coverage was excellent.
Yeah, super coverage from UT Permian Basin. Chris McCullough, in his third year, 37 wins, has taken the Falcons to their first quarterfinal appearance. And it's a Falcon team. Again, they won 21-15 last week in Western Colorado on the road. Second down at the 46. Handed off here to Miller, and he is tackled after a short gain. And dashing in from the left side was Gary Holmes, a senior. And now down, just a yard gain, third down and 9.
Yeah, this is a big play right here. I mean, if UTPB can get off the left, giving up the side kick right there, that'd be a big win for this defense.
Harding is 57% on third down. Opponents against UTPB, 31%. A third down from the 47. Lights are on in the stadium, bright sunshine. And here's Keelan, throws right This is complete but short of the line to gain, and white jerseys all around to make the tackle after the completion there to Brady Barnett. Yeah, really. And now it's 4th down.
Really nice pitch and catch right there. I mean, put it on him right when you had to. There wasn't a lot of space, but this is go for it territory for this offense. That was a call set up for, getting it to a yard or so.
4th down 2. Football at the 46 of UT Permian Basin. Now the give, and we'll have to see where they mark it. The tackle is made by Tristan Exline, and it is a 1st down. Just got it inside the 45 to the 44-yard line, and Andrew Miller with the carry, and Harding moves the chains and converts on 4th down. And the Bisons on 4th down this year now 83%. They are 11 of 13. They were 10 of 12 before that one.
See if we start seeing a little bit more option from Harding here. So far, UTPB's done a really nice job of taking away Andrew Miller. So see if they go back to just their old school, reading up the option.
8:50 and counting here in quarter number 1. And now here's Keelan. He'll keep Keelan inside the 35, and Keelan tripped up just enough. He'll get 11 down to the 33-yard line, and it'll be a Harding 1st down. And Cole running hard between the tackles.
Yeah, and a nice lead block by Braden Jay right there. That's a part of his game that doesn't get talked about quite as much. The slot backs, you're expecting him to be the home run hitter, but they do a nice job of blocking as well.
Yeah, on Andrew Miller's 3rd touchdown run last week, you go back and watch that, and Braden Jay is downfield blocking.
Yeah, they do a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff as well. These guys, they play hard for one another.
Football at the 33-yard line of the Falcons. And now Keelan will keep around the left end. Keelan is going to take it forward down inside the 30-yard line and then be stacked up. And he is tackled by Trey Yanez.
Yeah, this UTPB defense, they're really making an emphasis of taking Andrew Miller away, and they're crashing down really hard, which you've seen the last 2 plays. It's just midline double option, and the quarterback, it's an easy keep read at that point because of how hard they're crashing on Andrew Miller.
So it's at the 26 with open field to the right. 7:33 left here in quarter number 1. It is the quarterfinals of the NCAA D2 football playoffs. And now Keelan to the line of scrimmage, hands it off to Miller, and Miller is going to get some tough yards down inside the 25-yard line. And they have 2 Falcons on him, it feels like, every time. Exline was right there on the tackle along with Mikhail Soto.
Yeah, did a good job of getting off a block right there.
3rd down and short, 3rd and a yard here at the 24. 6:55 left here in the 1st quarter. The lights are on because when the teams warmed up, it was still a lot of fog in the area. When I got to the stadium this morning, you could barely see the field from the press box, but now the fog is burned off and blue skies, a few clouds in the air. And now here is the give to Miller off the right side. Miller's going to have the 1st down and carry it down to the 21-yard line. There's X-line again with David Walker on the tackle. 1st down, Harding down to the 21-yard line. And this so far is looking like a patented Harding drive where they eat up a lot of clock and get 1st downs.
Yes, it is. It's just a standard zone dive right there. Nothing fancy. Just we needed a yard, so we're going to line up and run it right at you.
Bison's
play call right there.
104 yards so far. 242 rushing yards away, coming in from breaking its all-time college football record of 6160 rushing yards back in 23. Toss right side, Franklin to the 15, gets outside to the 10, and he's going to be spun out of bounds on the far side at the 6-yard line. And it'll be 1st down and goal for the Bisons, and there's a Falcon injured on the play. Can't see, it's across the field from us. The wall on the west end zone that circles the west end zone is covered up right now. Everybody has taken up the spots there. There are not a lot of empty seats on the side across from us. The home side is completely packed.
Yeah, everybody made it back from Thanksgiving.
So it's 5:38 left in the 1st quarter now. 1st and goal at the 6.
We saw on that last play, Billy, somebody, I don't know which defender it was, blew up the mesh point right there, kind of pushed Cole Keelan into the pitch man. Almost messed up their relationship a little bit, but able to make it work.
Toss left side for Jay to the 5. Jay angling to the end zone. Touchdown, Harding. Braden Jay with a 6-yard touchdown run, and Harding leads 13-0 with 5:18 left in the first quarter, and they make the surprise onside payoff with points.
Yeah, you know, you were beginning to wonder if it was going to work out that way after the 3rd and long on the right after they got the football, but able to march it down and punch it in. I was wondering when we would see toss. They saved it for a good moment there.
So Lepak to attempt the extra point. It is up, and the extra point is good. Good snap from Hilton and the hold from Mamana. There's the replay as Jay coming right at you into the end zone for the touchdown. 14-0 is the score. 5:18 left in the game's first quarter. We step away from First Security Stadium in Searcy for 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. .5:18 left here in the first quarter. Braden Jay already 2 touchdowns on the day. And Braden Jay, the NCAA career leader, all divisions of NCAA, with an average of 12.3 yards per rush. 23 touches this season of 20 yards or more, now 24 after that first touchdown run. And now 8 plays of over 50 yards for Braden Jay. And he has Harding's 2 touchdowns. Bison's ready to kick it away here. Magnus Lepak approaches the football, and a high end-over-end kick deep into the end zone. And so UTPB will begin this drive at the 25-yard line. And now this is a drive the Falcons need an answer on.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they needed to come out here and have a fast start, and it's kind of been the opposite for them. It's been a fast start for Harding. So, I mean, this is a team that can score, though. They got a lot of talent. They can have some big plays and score in a hurry, but they definitely need one right here.
So first down at the 25-yard line. The back is Corey Harris. 9 touchdowns for him on the year, 626 yards rushing. And Cannon Gibson in shotgun has Harris to his left. And now Gibson looking into the boundary to get the play. Now he's ready from the 25-yard line. Football on the left hash, and now Gibson takes pressure. He steps to the left, and now Gibson's going to run up to the 30-yard line, forced out of bounds by Clark Griffin after a 6-yard gain to the 31-yard line. Clark Griffin, Harding's single-season tackles leader with 131 coming in, and the NCAA era leader in tackles, 407 in his career, and tackles for loss, 45.5 of those. He's D2's active leader in tackles and 10th in tackles for loss, and just won a career. Now it's second down and 4, pressure, and they just have to throw it away to the far side. Pressure came from the interior line, and Chase Grant, the junior from Taft, California, had Cannon Gibson wrapped up as he released it.
Yeah, and even if the ball had gotten there, I'm not sure it would have ended well for UTPB right there. There was blanket coverage all over that.
So now it's third down. Bisons have held opponents to 29% on third down. And UT Permian Basin 0 for 1 today on third down. They are 47%, the Falcons are on third down on the year. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Open field is to the right. Gibson takes, throws over the middle. This is complete, at the 37-yard line. That's enough for a first down. So the pass right over the middle, and they went right to Heston Mathis. He's a senior from Dallas, another transfer from East Central.
Yeah, and a little bit of a delayed blitz right there from Clark Griffin. They just threw the ball right to his vacated area. It's well executed by UTPB right there.
Football to 37, open field to the left, and now Gibson takes, fires left side. This is complete at the 45-yard line. Gatlin and Griffin on the tackle at the 46, and that is complete to Ben Patterson.
I think that has to be your approach if you're UTPB against this Harding defense, is just take what they give you in these quick hitting routes. This is kind of an opportunistic defense that they're willing to give you those little short plays, but it's when you go for the chunks, it's when they get you.
Empty backfield design, quarterback run for Gibson off the left side. He'll dive forward to the 48-yard line. Clark Griffin covers him up. They're going to spot it at the 49. So it'll be another first down for the Falcons as they've crossed the 50-yard line for the first time in the game.
Yeah, this is a big drive for UTPB. They need to put something together here to give themselves a little bit of confidence and kind of stop the bleeding, so to speak.
Football stays over on the left hash, and again, empty backfield. And now Gibson drops, Gibson looking, Gibson throws, broken up at the 46-yard line. Excellent coverage by Curtis Jackson, and he reached over the top, right over Jalen Tillman to break it up.
Yeah, we've seen him throw a couple of balls today right behind receivers, just not quite crisp with them, but that one right there, I'm not sure it would have mattered if it had been on the money. The defender was right there.
We have not talked about the wind. There is a breeze right now out of the east, which is the direction that UTPB is going right now, really out of the southeast. So now it's second down at the 49-yard line. 14-0 Harding if you're just joining us. 3:08 left here in the first quarter. And now Gibson chased and now fires complete. Deion Campbell made the tackle after it was caught. And it is Traylon Sewell on the reception at the 46-yard line. And now it's third down and 7.
We haven't seen a sack yet, but we have seen this D-line be disruptive. Gibson just hasn't quite looked comfortable on those plays where his first option hasn't been there.
Winner of this one plays next week in the national semifinals. 2:30 left in the first quarter. And now Gibson comes up to the line of scrimmage, now steps back, 3 receivers to the left. That's open field. Now Gibson takes, Gibson steps up, pressure. He's chased, he fires, and it's incomplete. And he was chased from the backside by Caden Spencer, who has 7 sacks on the year, and he was hunting number 8 right there.
Yeah, that's what we've seen a lot of, is not quite getting to him, but definitely making him uncomfortable. And there's been several throws where he hasn't been able to get much on it just because he's getting hit as he's throwing.
Yeah, the Falcons know they have to score today, so a punt right here is no thought. They're going 4th and 7 from the 46-yard line, down 14-0.
Yeah, I'd expect a hard count if nothing else right here. See if they can draw them off sides. Maybe they will run a play. 5 wide here.
3 to the near side. That's into the boundary. 2 to the left into open field. And now Gibson to throw. Gibson pressure. Gibson hit. Now gets away. Throws downfield. And a great catch at the 19-yard line. Perfect touch on it because the coverage was good. And it's grabbed by Jalen Tillman. 31 receptions for him now on the season. And that was a great job by Gibson to keep the play alive. He bounced off what was almost a sack and then threw a perfect touch pass down the field.
Yeah, really impressive right there. I mean, I thought he was wrapped up and fixing to be taken down for a sack and turned it into a big gain.
First down at the 19-yard line. He'll run to the right side. He's going to be tackled by Janak. Luke Janak comes up to make the tackle at the 17-yard line. It's a 2-yard gain and really almost 3. So we'll call it second down and 7. They're going to give him closer to the 16-yard line. 1:20 left here in the first quarter, and the Falcons in the red zone for the first time. So Gibson out of the gun, empty backfield, looks left, throws that way, complete at the 15, at the 10, left sideline, inside the 5, diving for the end zone, and no ruling yet. Now touchdown. It was a late signal but touchdown and a great diving effort to get into the end zone for UTPB. And that is Heston Mathis, the senior from Dallas. Now, the fans are reacting because they just saw the replay on the video board. We'll see if we get a chance to see that or not. And the challenge flag is out. Now, the interesting thing is Park, was he down before he crossed the goal line, or did he fumble it through the end zone?
That's what it looked like to me. Now, we don't have a good angle at it, and that replay, I don't know if that's going to show anything to overturn it, but it looks to me like he might be short of the goal line, but I don't see the ball pop out until he hits the ground.
Right. So you think it's either a touchdown or it's UTPB football at the 1.
That's what it looked like to me, but we'll see if they have a better look at it.
Harding is challenging the ruling on the field.
So we will have a delay here as our referee, Jaime Martinez, will go underneath the tent and look at the replay. 1:02 left here in the first quarter. See if we get one more look at that. And Park, I think you're right. It's hard for us to see. There's the replay again. Alita O'Leary in charge of the replays today. Gavin Corbett, our director. And yeah, I don't know, Park, if the ball's coming out or not. It's going to be close, and it's going to be close really to see. It depends. That's a different look. Now, the officials have a different look than what we saw right there. So you just have to see how this turns out. It gives us the opportunity to, as you see, here's another angle, Park, as we look at this, and this may give us a better look to see. And just your thoughts on it.
I can't see anything there
that's going to overturn it.
No.
Yeah. Thanks to our crew, Gavin Corbin directing. Mark Pryor does such an outstanding job as our chief engineer. Mark's the first one here at the stadium every day, and he spends all week getting the broadcast ready for us. And we have Gavin Corbin does a great job directing. Alita O'Leary on the replay. Rylan Maddox, Axel Sache, Abby Wingard, and DJ Holder all on the cameras. So this is a pretty lengthy look here. Kutztown 49-23 over Frostburg State. Look at the other quarterfinals. That's in the fourth quarter. And Ferris State leads Minnesota State 24-14. That's in almost a halftime. Albany State leads Newberry 21-17. That's almost a halftime.
After further review, the runner was short of the goal line when he was down. The result of the play is a first down for Permian Basin.
So they must have had a different angle there, but the disastrous thing for UTPB would have been had it been ruled a fumble that went through the end zone.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's what we thought it was short, but not a fumble. And I wasn't sure they'd have an angle that showed you that, but apparently they did.
So they bring in the back now Corey Harris. He's to the left of Gibson. It's a jumbo package. And now right up under center. And here is the quarterback sneak from Gibson. And did he cross the goal line? Waiting for a signal. Still no signal. And they're going to rule it second down. He did not get in. Almost looked like a tush push, right?
I think that's what it was.
So
NFL teams are going to have to take one out of Harding's book here. They were able to stop it on that one.
They brought everybody in. For those of you on radio, they brought everybody in tight. They brought Harris, the running back, right in on the hip of Cannon Gibson, the quarterback.
I mean, that football can't go any farther towards the goal line without being in.
14-0 Harding, and UTPB again. Here's Gibson lining up under center, takes the snap, trying to get it across the goal line. There's a penalty flag down, so still no signal as the officials come in. And really thought he got in right there from up here, but still waiting for, there it is, touchdown. Yeah, I thought he got in.
I think they're going to call this offsides, but
we'll check in with Jaime Garcia. So right now it's a touchdown for the Falcons, and they have they did exactly what they needed to do right there and go down and get points after Harding grabbed a 14-0 lead. Waiting on Jaime Garcia. I beg your pardon, Jaime Martinez.
Offside. Defense number 24. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
So it'll be the extra point try. And the first time that Diego Chavarria has been on the field. So he is the kicker this week. He was not the kicker last week, and he'll attempt this extra point. He had 3 blocked last week. UT PB'd in, and now the snap, placement down, and the extra point. It's low, but it is shot through good, but there's a flag
I'll tell
down.
you what, it's going to be offsides again, but that did not look good.
No, it was low. And so it looks like, as we'll check in with Jaime Martinez again to make sure, but right now, here late in the first quarter, it's 14-7. If this stands.
Offside. Defense number 19. Penalty is declined. The try is good.
So the Falcons have made it a 1-score game, and Park, that's a tough half yard right there.
No doubt.
A step away from First Security Stadium, 14-7. Harding leads UT Permian Basin. We'll take a 60-second timeout. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. So they went back to action really quickly there. Short kick on the kickoff, and the Bisons have it at the 35-yard line. Just 3 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the drive from UT Permian Basin, you have to give a lot of credit to the Falcons. 75 yards to go down and make it a 1-score game
Yeah,
now.
and how about that 4th down play? I mean, that was unbelievable. Had the quarterback wrapped up for a sack, and he was able to escape and make a big play.
Hand off to Miller, and Miller's going to carry it up to the 40 to the 41-yard line, so give him 6 on the play, and that'll be the final play, and now we'll take the timeout. Final play of the first quarter. 14-7. Bison's lead after 1 over the Falcons in the Super Region 4 final. We step away for 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. (14-7) Harding after 1, and Harding with 131 yards of offense, 89 yards for UT Permian Basin, 70 through the air for the Falcons, 124 of Harding's 131 on the ground. And a very competitive first quarter. 6 first downs for Harding, 5 for UTPB. Second down at the 41-yard line. Toss left side for Jay, who gets up to the 45. He's very near the line to gain. We'll see if they move the chains or not. Lane Horak, the junior from Rockwall, Texas. He's a transfer from Texas State. And Braden Jay needed 6, and he got 6. First down.
Billy, I see Wyatt Simmons down there on the sideline. The Arkansas Razorback linebacker came out to support his dad's team today. Watch the Bisons play.
First down at the 45-yard line with open field to the right. 14:25 left here in the second quarter of play. It's a Bison team coming in averaging 46 points per game. A Falcon team averaging 38 points per game. And now handed off here to Miller. Miller working his way up to the 50-yard line. Very patient there. And tackled by Tristan Exline. You wonder how many tackles will he have today. 123 coming in, and he's right there in the middle at linebacker.
He's going to have to make a bunch of them. I know that.
It's a 5-yard gain for Harding up to midfield. Ball right in the middle of the Harding logo. So far, all of the number 1 seeds in the region finals right as of right now, well, I say that, were winning. Newberry just took the lead overall, but he stayed at halftime. Second down and 5, and now here is Keelan spinning at the 45, 40. Cole's gone. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Harding. Cole Keelan spinning and then getting free and going 50 yards for the touchdown, and Harding leads 20-7 with 13:23 left in the second quarter.
You get so worried about Braden Jay and Andrew Miller, and you forget that Cole Keelan can run it too.
Yeah, Cole Keelan with the touchdown, and coming in 7 rushing touchdowns, so number 8 right there. Now the extra point try, and Lepak boots it through for the extra point. You watch the replay, watch the big fella go. Nice spin move there, and then he was in the open.
He doesn't ever go down on first contact, you know. He's just tough. I mean, you're not going to arm tackle that guy. You better lay a lick on him square.
In his 54th start here today, we saw him start on a Thursday night back in 21 against Coach Chris McCullough, and that was in Ada at East Central when those two teams played that night. I remember a Thursday night game that was a very competitive football game that Harding won.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lifetime ago now. We've watched him make so many other starts since then, but he's just a heck of a football player, Billy. He has been since he first stepped on campus. That's why he started as a freshman. They knew they had something special, and you've seen just how many games that he has led Harding to victory, and it's really incredible the career he's had.
Yeah, and I said 21. Obviously, it was 22 when that happened. He's Harding's career leader in pass efficiency, 9th at Harding, and with most career rushing yards at 2,514 coming in. And in the playoffs, he's been outstanding. 330 passing yards, now 3 touchdowns, and 50 yards to add to the 414 that he had coming in to play today, and his 8th rushing touchdown in 10 D2 playoff games.
Yeah, you know, you're never going to have just jump off the page passing statistics in this offense, but he makes the right decisions, and he hits you for big ones when he needs to.
So football teed up, and now here is Lepak, another onside, and this one is picked up by UTPB, and now they'll run it right side, inside the 40-yard line, across the field, down inside the 35. Finally, the tackle made by Cox on the far boundary, and it was bobbled, but the Falcons did a great job to make sure that they secured that. They have the possession and have good field position, and the player that recovered that went over into the sideline. I'm still trying to see the Falcons' numbers.
I think it was Wyatt.
A little bit of a challenge.
I think it was Jace Wyatt.
So that is, yeah, that was, I was trying to make out if that was an 8 or a 9, and there's no 9, so that is who it is. Jace Wyatt, senior, he's a transfer from East Central. A good hands there, and now 34-yard line is the line of scrimmage, so we'll see what the Falcons can do right here.
Yeah.
Hey, this is an entertaining game for the folks watching and listening and for everybody here at the stadium so far.
There's been some action, hasn't there? Some scoring, some onside kicks.
Feels like the playoffs, doesn't it?
That's right.
13-18 left, first half. 21-7 Harding leads. Falcons at the 34 of Harding. And now Gibson throws right side. Quick pass caught at the 28-yard line. Curtis Jackson made the tackle, but it's a pickup of 8 on first down. And the quick pass and completion there to Jalen Tillman. So now second down and 3.
They tried to jump the route right there and nearly did, but accurate football put it right on the numbers.
3 receivers to the left. That's into open field, 1 to the right. Now the back. Harris comes in motion out of the backfield. Throw it to him on the near side. Inside the 26-yard line, down to the 25-yard line. Pushed out of bounds on the near side. They changed backs on us and slipped in Camden Tyler. He actually caught the football there, the junior from Dallas. And it is a first down for the Falcons down to the 23-yard line.
Well, I think you saw Coach Simmons kick another onside kick there, partially because he thought he could, catch them sleeping again, but then also it's the respect that he has for this offense, I think.
12:15 left until half, 21-7 Harding. Empty backfield. And now Gibson, open field to the right, takes, looks over the middle, throws over the middle. This is complete inside the 15-yard line down to the 10-yard line. Wiseman made the tackle, and coming across the field and making the reception was Ben Patterson. 29 catches coming in, 5 touchdowns for him. It's a first down for the Falcons down inside the 15-yard line. They mark it right at the 10, so it's first and goal at the 10.
Yeah, big possession right here. You're Harding, you got to try to turn them away for 3 here.
Now Gibson takes. Gibson rolls left. Gibson looking, now running, throwing on the run and incomplete. He did a nice job there to get out of the pocket and throw it away. He was looking for Talon Sewell, who's caught 8 touchdown passes on the year, but there was really nothing there. Bison's had some pressure and had good coverage.
It was good coverage. This defense gets really stingy. We've seen it time and time again on this part of the field. I'm anxious to see, Billy, what happens if we get to a 4th down here. Based off the extra point we saw, it didn't look like the smoothest thing in the world, so I'm curious.
11:29 left here in the first half. Yeah, and again, Chavarria has not attempted an actual field goal this year. That was his first extra point. And now they take, throw it right side, complete at the 11-yard line, getting outside of the 5, diving for the pylon. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 4, and I think he hit the pylon, but Parkey had stepped out of bounds at the 3 is where they're going to mark it down. So that is complete on the far side. Curtis Jackson forced the receiver out of bounds, complete to Heston Mathis.
These wide receivers are long and talented.
Yeah, Heston Mathis is 6 foot, 185 pounds. He's a senior. So now this is third down. Third down officially at the 3-yard line. Open field to the left. And now he'll throw it to the left side. This is complete at the 1, and then the Bison stack it up at the 1-yard line, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah.
4th down and a yard to get across the goal line. T.J. McKenzie on the completion there.
Yeah, I don't think there's any chance in the world we're seeing the kicking unit right here. Nobody's stirring over there on that opposite side.
Zach O'Day was the first Bison to get there. So 4th down and goal. The Bisons have turned away the opponent 24 times on 4th down. This is 4th and goal from the 1. And now they snap the football. The quarterback, Gibson, wasn't expecting it. Now he goes back and gets it, rolls, fires in the end zone, up for grabs, and he threw it over the end zone and out of bounds. He looked to the boundary, was not expecting there is a flag down. It's going to be an offsides penalty. He was not expecting that snap.
Offside. Defense, number 96. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat, 4th down.
Jaime Martinez, our referee from the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, And Park, that's a huge break for the Falcons, and you know that's heartbreaking there the way that play went, and then they get another crack at it right here.
Yeah, see if the defense can lock right back in and turn them away again. That was a wild play.
Tyler is the back to the left. They're in shotgun, so no tight formation here. And now running to the right side is Gibson. Then he tosses it back for the back, and he's going to get into the end zone. Wow, you talk about improvising.
Wow.
That was an option for him. You knew when that play was called that Gibson ran to the right, and he knew that he had Camden Tyler coming around the right end and was able to just pitch it back to him.
That's unbelievable.
He has made 2 outstanding plays to keep. That was a scoring play, obviously.
That's
but
one of the greatest.
What a day!
That's one of the greatest football plays I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, the awareness, that is the ability to deliver the ball. Wow.
He was going to be stopped well short of the goal line, and very alertly. And I'll tell you that after Camden Tyler had to make a nice move, you watch the replay right here. He stopped and then pitched it back a little high, and he had to make a move to get outside.
Man.
And that's a play that obviously they were ready for.
That's why you never stop on a play right there. But my goodness, I mean, the infamous words of Houston Nutt, that kid's a football player.
Yeah, hey, you have to give both of these teams credit. What a first half we're seeing between Harding and UT Permian Basin. The Falcons come right back and score and make it a 7-point game now at 21-14. And again, they get the break on the offside penalty against the Bisons to have another crack at it. But I'll tell you what, to advance in the playoffs, we've seen it for so many years. To advance, you have to have breaks.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you got to have a few things go your way, and there's a little bit of luck involved. And we have seen it work out in the favor of the Bisons, and twice today we've seen it go against them.
But no luck on that touchdown.
No,
that was an outstanding play.
No, yeah. That's just a football player making a great play.
So now UTPB, they have gotten the momentum back for their side as the kickoff coming right here. It's a high kick, short kick, taken from the 6-yard line up over the 20-yard line, and a good return by Hines Jr. up to the 33-yard line, and then he is tackled. That is this tackle by Camden Tyler, who just scored the touchdown. And so Harding will have it at the 34-yard line to begin this drive, and now it's up to the Bisons to answer.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to keep doing. If you're Harding, you might be in for a shootout today, so score every time you touch it. That's the mentality, and so far this offense has done that.
10 minutes left until halftime. Football is at the 34. That's where this drive will start. Stay with us at halftime. We'll look at scores around the country in the other 3 games in the quarterfinals now whistled out on the field.
Timeout. Harding. This is their first of the half and 32nd timeout.
So we'll keep it right here, 32nd timeout, so we keep it right here. Those scores, I can go ahead and look at them now. The Kutztown-Frostburg State game, 49-29. Kutztown leads that one. They're the 1 seed. Ferris State leads Minnesota State in the third quarter, 24-14. That Kutztown game is in the 4th. That's very late. That one's almost over. And the other game is in the first. I'm not sure that time is right because earlier it looked like it was it was at halftime. We had the score earlier. But Albany State trails Newberry 24-21. We're not sure of the time in that game. So the football is at the 34. We had a cold, rainy day last week here in Searcy, and I know it was a sunny day, but a cold day where the Falcons were last week in Colorado. So first down, temperature right around 50 degrees right now, getting close to it at the 34-yard line. And now on first down, Bison's giving up the middle. Andrew Miller is going to carry it forward. He was tripped up by Jacob Humphrey, senior from Moss Bluff, Louisiana.
Yeah, and fought through a block to get there.
And, of course, we talked about Chris McCullough, and he knows the state of Arkansas very well. Living in Arkansas, he went to school at Henderson State, and So he's no stranger to it. He's been to Searcy.
Yeah, he's from just down the road, a little ways from Pine Bluff, I believe.
Yeah. Second down at the 36 after a 2-yard gain there. Now handed off, and the carry forward for maybe a yard. Tough sledding right there for Andrew Miller. And the tackle is made by Lane Horak and Tyreek Curley. Now third down, third and 6 for the Bisons, a full 6.
This is what you want if you're UTPB. You want these third and longs, and this is what Harding wants to avoid. See what they dial up here. You know, double option's been really good for him. The quarterback has had a lot of space when he's kept the football, so we'll see if they go back to that. Maybe mid-triple, maybe toss. We haven't seen a lot of toss.
8:40 and counting here in the second quarter. Keelan hands it off up the middle to Miller, who is popped. I mean, he was hit hard at the 40-yard line, and I'll give you one guess. Tristan Exline made the tackle and a big hit at the 41-yard line. So now it's 4th down and 3 for Harding, and for the first time, Luke Mamana is going to come onto the field.
Yeah, that was a pop right there. Jarred the football loose.
Yeah.
Miller was lucky to get back on top of it.
This will be Mamana, only his 3rd punt in the playoffs. His 2 other punts, an average of 45 on the 2 other punts. Good snap to him, and he gets the punt away. Good punt, and fielded at the 20-yard line. Coverage good. Tackle made right at the 20-yard line. That's Jakaisen Wright, the sophomore from Little Rock, made the tackle. And so it'll be UT Permian Basin now with an offensive opportunity and a chance to tie this game up with 8:06 left until half.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was starting to look like Harding was going to stretch that lead and you know, really put some distance there between them and UTPB. But a few things went UTPB's way on the 4th down play that resulted in their first touchdown, and a really nice play by the quarterback on the last possession. See what they have in store here.
The wind is now at the back of the Falcons on this drive. Open field is to the left. There are 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. First quarterfinal round trip for UTPB in the D2 playoffs. And now here's Gibson taking the snap. Gibson steps up. Gibson fires, complete at the 31. Pickup of 11. Tackle made immediately by Luke Martin. But the Falcons will move the chains. And you talked about their outstanding receivers. Jace Wyatt, 47 catches on the year for him before today. Caught it at the 31, got to the 32, first down.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job of just kind of picking this zone coverage apart. Gonna have to let this pass rush is gonna have to get home if they want to slow this down.
So back to throw here is Gibson, throws deep right side. This is complete at the 45-yard line of Harding. Curtis Jackson on the tackle, but it's a first down for the Falcons. Jace Wyatt again on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, and really good coverage. You know, just a very well thrown football and great hands by the receiver. Caught it out away from his body. Just tough to. I mean, what can you do as a defender right there? You're in position.
Yeah, what a great name for a quarterback, Cannon. He really zipped that one in there like a cannon. And now he throws to the right side, complete inside the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Falcons. And they're an extra point away from tying the football game. Jace Wyatt, the senior from Red Oak, Texas, on the reception. And it is now 21-20. Harding leads with 6:56 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, really nice route combination right there. Just the defensive back jumped the underneath route, and he was loose up the sideline. That guy's really talented.
45 yards on the touchdown pass. And now the extra point try to try and tie the football game. Placement is down, and the extra point is up. Now there are penalty flags down, and maybe some motion. Yeah, against.
Offense number 30.
Yeah, that was the kicker. False start.
Repeat the try.
Diego Chavarria, remember, this is his first action of the year. And the first extra point try, you talked about it, it was a low kick. The second one was perfect. And that one was perfect as well, but they'll have to try it again.
Yeah, the first one did not look right.
So now this will essentially be a 25-yard extra point try. But yeah, he was moving before the snap. Now placement is down. This time the kick is up. Plenty of leg, and it is good. And we have a brand new ball game. 21-21 as you watch this touchdown pass from Cannon Gibson. And down the right sideline, the receiving end, Jace Wyatt. And we're all even. 6:56 left. We step away for 30 seconds here in the second quarter. 21-21. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. So they drive to go down and tie the football game up, and two long drives, one of 75 and one of 80 for UTPB to get this thing even at 21. Now here's the kickoff. This is a high, short kick, and it's going to hit at the 21-yard line, and Hines Jr. grabs it. He'll return it to the near boundary up to the 30-yard line, and then tackled right there along the boundary. And there is a penalty flag down. Lane Horak on the tackle. We'll have to see what the flag is. Bison's only penalized for 35 yards per game on average. UTPB 56 yards per game. Jaime Martinez with a...
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 30. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So now the total offense, 203 yards for the Falcons, 197 for Harding, 183 of the Falcons' yards in the air.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're going to do. They're going to throw the football, and so far it's been effective. So I would expect that to continue.
So football at the 20 with open field to the left.
You know, I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't seen more mid-triple, that we haven't seen more double option. See if Harding gets back to that here on this drive.
Now Keelan to the line of scrimmage right behind his center, Kobe Williams. Takes the snap, and now Keelan keeps it around the left end, grabbed, then falls forward across the 22 up to the 23-yard line. So now it'll be second down.
Tell you what, this UTPB team, they're flying around. They're getting off blocks. That was triple option, mid-triple right there, just like we talked about.
Malofano on the tackle, sophomore from Honolulu. Second down after a 4-yard gain. Second down and 6. He got up to the 24.
I think Harding's going to be content with trying to chew some clock here on this drive.
Keelan takes the snap. Now Keelan tossed to the right side for Franklin. Great tackle on the outside. That's a great ankle tackle. And Tyreek Curley on the tackle, so it's no gain, and now it's third down at 6, and this is where the Falcons had Harding on the last possession on a third down at 6.
Yeah, I think they've got Harding a little bit confused right now. Nothing just seems to be meshing well. Even when Cole is reading it upright, people are a little bit out of sorts with their spacing, and it just hasn't looked crisp so far.
So open field to the left. Football's on the right hash mark, and it's just inside the 24-yard line. Keelan tossed to the left side for Jay. Jay to the 30, first down, 35 to the 40. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. He's to midfield and inside the 45-yard line all the way down to the 40. And a great run by the senior. And finally corralled and tackled at the 41.
When you need one, who do you go to? You go to your stud.
Yeah, and he broke 3 tackles on that play. And Braden Jay, you know, we hear people talk about how his speed. Mikhail Sohoto made the tackle, but oftentimes I don't hear people talk about his, being tough and physical, but he is very tough and he is very physical.
Well, he is, and he's really, I'll tell you what he's really good at, Billy, and that's at setting defenders up and creating an advantage for himself. He's really good at letting guys over pursue a little bit and then cutting right behind them or giving them a little hesitation and beating them to the edge. Like he just sets defenders up so well, and if you've got him in space, he's almost impossible to bring down one-on-one.
Tyreek Curley, the junior from Marysville, Washington, is the injured player that the Falcons are tending to right now, and he's so smooth. We know that. We know the quickness, the speed, but then with his experience, how much do you see that grow over the time that we've watched him with the patience that he shows also?
Well, he's learned that he can't quite outrun everybody at this level like he could at the last. So especially, when he's getting keyed on so much by defenders. So he's really learned how to be patient and let his blocks, set up and use those guys. And he's just developed as a player. And he was a great player when he came in. And he's just grown so much since then. And he's truly a stud.
Yeah, from just down the road from Searcy and Cabot. And now this, you hate to see this. This is Tyreek Curley, the junior, outstanding player, and he's not able to put much weight on that left leg as he goes off the field. And 5:12 left at halftime. We will check in with Lily Birch down on the field, get her thoughts after the first half when the teams head to the locker room. Second quarter, 5:12 remaining in a 21-21 game. If you're just joining us. And really all the games around, with the exception of the Kutztown game, which has just gone final, 51-29 over Frostburg State. Every game very competitive today. First down at the 41. Now, this time, it's going to be Keelan's going to keep it, take it to the 37-yard line, get 4 on first down, second down, and 6.
Yeah, that double option play right there has really been one of the better looking plays that Harding has run. A lot of space there for the quarterback.
Braden Jay, a couple of touchdowns for Harding, and Cole Keelan with a touchdown run. 4:34 left, and you talked about a few moments ago, Bison's wanting to run clock on this drive, and they will get the football to begin the third. Second down and 6, and now give here to Miller. Miller, tough yards just outside the hash marks on the left side down to the 34-yard line. And stacked up and stopped. And so now another third down. Tackle made by Anthony Cunningham. So here's third down and 3 for the Bisons. Harding on third down today, 3 of 5. We go under 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Bright sunshine on the field. Most of the fans sitting on the home sideline in the shadows. Now Keelan from the 34-yard line takes the snap. Keelan will run it himself, dive forward, and he's right near the line to gain. We'll have to see where they lay it down. He just dove forward, and they said, first down. Yeah. Just got to the line to gain.
It's just quarterback power right there. You send Andrew Miller right up the gut for an extra blocker, and Cole follows him right off the edge of the guard or behind the tackle, wherever the space is.
This game has been so even, Park. That was Harding's 27th play, and the Falcons have run 27 plays.
Yeah, I mean, everything about the game says even, right? Score, plays.
Yeah.
Both teams kind of move the ball up and down the field.
Time of possession, 12:08 Harding, 10:56 for the Falcons. First down from the 31-yard line. Keelan takes the snap. Now Keelan toss right side. Here is Franklin, a good tackle there outside, and the stop there by Jamarian Ravnell, who made the tackle, and it's a 4-yard gain, second down, 6 here, or that would have been a bigger gain.
Yeah, well, that's what the offense is designed for. It's designed to set that slot up one-on-one with the safety. Safety did a really nice job of tackling right there, but you'll take 5 all day as the offense. I mean, that is picture perfect, well blocked, well executed. You saw Cole right there have to pull the football and pitch it pretty quick. That was a mesh charge by the defense. That's a way to try to disrupt the quarterback-fullback exchange.
Hand it off here to Miller. Miller is going to take it inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Stopped. It'll be third down. And again, Anthony Cunningham, who has been able to fill the middle a lot today.
Harding they've had trouble blocking this D-line. It's not the biggest D-line that we've seen Harding play, but these guys have been physical and been able to shed blocks.
3rd and 3 from the 24, and now a timeout.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout, so we will take it. 21-21. Let's take a 60-second break. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. Third down 3. Football is at the 24. Just after the 2-minute timeout, 21-21. The NCAA Division II quarterfinals. And now Keelan ready to take the snap, hands it off to Miller. He did not get the first down. He is stopped short, and Cunningham again on the tackle. It's just maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So it is 4th down and 3 now, and a timeout, UTPB.
Timeout, Permian Basin. This is their first of the half, and it's a 30-second timeout.
So we keep it right here. Now a big 4th down coming up for the Bisons on the day. They've gone for it once on 4th down, converted. UTPB, they've gone for it twice on 4th down. They've converted. What you expect the Bisons here on 4th down and 3? This doesn't feel like a field goal game, does it?
No, it feels like you need to continue to score points. And, I wouldn't be surprised to see toss here. I would think that UTPB is probably keying up on that. I think double option has been a really good play for the Bisons. I could see that. I would think that it's going to be one of those two if it's not put in the air, which I don't think it will be, but we'll see.
1:49 remaining. And Keelan ready to take the snap. Jay in motion, and now they'll run the reverse, coming to the near side of the 25, first down, 20, 10, 5 to the goal line, touchdown, Harding. Brady Barnett on the reverse for the touchdown, 24 yards, and Harding on 4th down gets 6 and lead it 27-21.
Well, they had me fooled too. I was expecting toss. I was expecting double option plays that we've seen. I did not expect the reverse right there. Really, really nice job by Mike Erickson on the edge to provide that sealing block, which sprung it.
Now the extra point by Leapak is good. Look at the replay, and it was a great second effort also for Barnett. You knew he was going to have the first down right here, but then Park, he had to really have a great effort to get into the end zone.
Yeah, and it was an excellent block by the receiver too. You know, these receivers, we just saw Brady Barnett get his flowers right there on the touchdown carry. You don't see these receivers score a lot, but they block on the edge so much, and it was a really nice job downfield right there, blocking to spring his fellow receiver Brady Barnett for the touchdown.
How many big plays have we seen in this game where this one's going back and forth, and very even. And now UTPB has a chance, plenty of time, 144 to go down and try to tie this thing up.
With this offense they have, 144 is all the time in the world. But, we've seen UTPB make a huge play on fourth down, which resulted in points, and then Harding does it there. So, we've seen fourth down conversions. We've had it all in this game. It's been really exciting to watch.
11 plays, 80 yards on that drive, took 5:08 off the clock. And now Lepak will get set to tee it up and kick it away. Down to our right, kicking it into the wind. Now the wind has changed directions a little bit. High kick that's taken at the 1-yard line. Return across the 10, coming to the near side, across the 13-yard line. Then Troy Wiseman with a very good tackle. And that coverage was outstanding. Yes. And Jalen Tillman on the return.
Yeah, and I saw Luke Martin getting in there trying to rip that football away. These teams know that, hey, one turnover, can be a huge difference in a game like this.
They'll officially mark it at the 14. We've seen the Falcons go 80 yards. We've seen them go 75 yards. And now this drive, they'll have to go 86. But very capable. And how important is it for the Falcons to score here, because Harding gets it to begin the third?
Well, I think it's important. Obviously, anytime you get a chance to have the football in a game like this, you need to put points on the board. It seems to be a high-scoring affair, especially with Harding getting it right out of the half.
Gibson in shotgun takes. Gibson looks over the middle. Now Gibson's going to throw deep down the middle of the field, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Gatlin at the 47-yard line. Josh Gatlin, the redshirt freshman from Forney, Texas.
Ooh. That's the last thing you want to do right there, Billy. We just talked about Harding getting the ball after the half. Now you're giving them a chance to really put some pressure on.
And Park, I mentioned on the kickoff that the wind has changed. It was blowing at the back of the Falcons. It has changed directions. Now it's blowing out of the west and really in the face of Gibson, who was throwing it deep downfield there.
Yeah, an underthrown football. So, yeah, maybe the wind did, impact it just enough for that. But he's just trying to throw it up there. These receivers have been great. He's saying, hey, I'm going to trust my guy one-on-one. But a ball underthrown like that, the cornerback was right there in position and made a great play on the football.
Now Harding has 2 timeouts. They have the football officially at the 49s where they mark it on the Harding side of the 50. And now Keelan takes the snap. Keelan will keep it himself around the right end, take it to the 46-yard line. Now the Bisons will get up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Yeah, it's a really nice job right there by Cole. As soon as your pitch man takes one step too many towards the slot back, you've got to put your foot in the ground and go north and south. And, we don't see Cole keep it a lot on the true triple option. He's oftentimes setting up that pitch man to pitch off of him, but a good job right there of getting what he could. X-line
again on the tackle. And now Keelan here gives it inside, and Miller is going to drive forward down to the 44-yard line. One of the Bisons, a center, has lost his helmet. So Kobe Williams will come off the field. And I think Kobe thought he had a little help with that helmet coming off.
Yeah, and this is interesting.
It's 3rd and, 2.5? Football just outside the 43. You have to get to the 41, and Bison's Jose Lopez comes in at center.
You practice snaps with the backup center too, but obviously not as much as you do with the starting center. So you always worry about the exchange.
And UTPB looks a little confused up front. There's substitutions. And now see Jaime Martinez talking with the head linesman. See if they're going to put time back on the clock.
Timeout. Harding. This is their second of the half, and it's a 30-second timeout.
So timeout charge to Harding. Boy, the wheels are spinning on both sidelines because this is a huge drive with Harding getting the football to begin the third quarter of play. And for fans that have not watched Harding play a lot, Harding, that's what they want to do. They want to defer, get the football to begin the third quarter. And over the years, we've seen Harding, that'd be the difference of them winning a lot of football games, is that first drive of the second half.
Nobody seems to be better than Harding is at that 2-for-1. It seems like we always see Harding with the football right before the half, and then they always seem to get it right after the half. So it's what they want to do. They want to defer, and a lot of times, even when they lose the coin toss and the other team receives, they end up getting what they want.
Hey, what an impressive performance from both teams. The Falcons are over 700 miles away from home. We talked about You and I traveled with Harding last year to Pitt State, and then traveled up to Grand Valley State in the snow, and then traveled the third time up to Ferris State. And we know what a toll that takes on teams, and it's a UTPB team that has just absolutely weathered the storm. And when they got down early 21-7, it would have been very easy for them at that point to really, to not be in this game, and they did not do that.
Yeah, they could have just mailed it in, and said, well, hey, we've made a good run. It's been fun. But no, they've battled. I mean, give them credit. They're fighting hard. I mean, this defense is – we see this offense wear teams down a lot. And so far, this UTPB defense has been up to the challenge. They're still flying around and hitting people, and there's some football players over there in orange and white.
Park Parrish, you were the quarterback on Harding's team that went to the quarterfinals for the first time in program history in 2016 after an overtime win in Sioux Falls. So what's the mindset?
Well, I mean, they're in a little bit of a different scenario here than we were in 16. We ran into a juggernaut in northwest Missouri, and UTPB's right in it, so they got all the confidence in the world. I can promise you that.
Third down, 2.5. So now the handoff, and now let's see. They blew it dead. I don't see a flag.
It was an inadvertent whistle, I believe.
Bison's.
There is no foul on the play. The play had not started yet ready for play. Third down.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Coach Simmons is not happy with that.
No, they were. I guess the inadvertent whistle was the whistle to start the play clock.
So now third down and 3. Obviously, this is a great crew. It's made it this far, this refereeing crew led by Jaime Martinez in the quarterfinals. Third down, about 2.5 yards. Toss right side. Franklin is going to be stood up. He got near the line to gain at the 41-yard line. He ran into a wall, and they pushed him backwards. It's enough for a first down.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, from a schematic standpoint, it seems like a lot of these option plays have been there, but UTPB's getting off blocks as well as I've seen any team so far against Harding do.
Gary Holmes made the tackle, first down at the 41-yard line. Now Keelan wants to throw here on first down, throwing near sideline, and that is intercepted. No, incomplete. They're going to say incomplete, but what a tremendous play, and almost an interception, and a athletic play on the near side. I mean, that's a great play to break that up by Jelani Jefferson.
Tell you what, it was really close to a catch. I'd like to see if that foot maybe came down before he hit, but they're not going to challenge it.
No, and they immediately, and he didn't have anything either. Jefferson didn't feel like, I think maybe he was in bounds, so it's at the 41. That's a great defensive play.
Oh, it was great. Fine catch.
Second down and 10. And now hand it off here to Miller. Miller keeps his legs churning, goes forward down to the 36-yard line. And so the timeout, who got the timeout there? Mikhail Sohoto on the tackle. I didn't mention during that last break we were having the conversation. Both teams took a timeout.
Timeout. Harding. This is their third and final of the half, and it is a 30-second timeout.
But when the Bisons took their last...
Please reset the clock to 21 seconds. Thank you.
When the Bisons took their last timeout a few moments ago, when they went back out on the field, the Falcons used a timeout. So they're down to one timeout. Harding has no timeout, 21 seconds left. The wind just keeps changing directions. Right now it's really blowing out of the southwest, kind of across the field toward the UTPB sideline.
Yeah, I think Harding would like to. I mean, you obviously have to get a first down right here.
3rd and 5.
In order to have a chance.
Keelan ready for the snap, takes the snap, and now Keelan will keep. Keelan is going to carry it down to the 30-yard line. He has a first down. So they have to hurry right here, Park.
Now you got to spike it. So you had to get the first down to have a chance to spike it, obviously.
X-line again on the tackle. And now Keelan does spike it. So 12 seconds left. If you don't get another yard right here and you try a field goal, it's a 47-yard attempt. The long on the year for Lepak. Yeah, they're going to try it right here, aren't they?
I'm a little bit surprised you don't roll everybody out and try to throw one.
His
in
long
12 seconds.
His long 48. This will be a 47-yarder from the right hash marks. Amano will hold it. Placement is down. The kick is on its way, and the kick is good. Magnus Lepak, 47-yard field goal, and Harding grabs the lead with 7 seconds remaining in the half of 10 points, and a huge field goal as he gets congratulations on the sideline, because again Harding will get the football to begin that third.
Well, you know, it feels like a big swing right there. You score to go up 7. You give the football right back to a red-hot offense, which has just gone right down the field and scored. And you're thinking, well, here they go. They got time. You know, they're liable to tie this thing up going into the half. And they turn the football over and you get 3 out of it. It almost feels like a 10-point swing.
It does, yeah. but you get the feel that we've watched the Falcons play for a half here, and you know they're not going anywhere.
Oh, no. It's I think we're in for an exciting second half.
This is a very entertaining first half, and as good of a first half, I think, that we've seen here at First Security Stadium in a long time. Two teams really battling. Now here is the kickoff from Lepak. High end-over-end kick, fair catch being called for and taken right at the goal line. So see what UTPB does with it here. Jalen Tillman, the senior, fair caught it. We'll go down to Lily Birch, get her thoughts when the clock goes to 0, and then we'll get Park's thoughts, and we'll release both of you, and then we'll reconvene with 1 minute left on the scoreboard clock to get ready. We'll get Lily's thoughts to begin the second half as well. But an 8-play, 21-yard drive. Harding's defense and this Harding team plus 11 on turnovers coming in, and they forced a big one to get you 3.
No, that was huge right there. We were talking about how big one turnover can be, and like we said, it almost felt like a 10-point swing. See if UTPB throws it right here. I expect them to hand it off.
Yeah, they do hand it off. Gibson hands it off, and the tackle at the 30-yard line made by Clark Griffin. And there is a flag down, so Corey Harris ran it there. 2 seconds left. They stop the clock.
Holding offense, number 65. That penalty is declined. This is the end of the half.
So that's the way the first half ends. And I think both teams going in, they know they've been in a fight during the first half of play. UTPB on the road, had it tied at 21. Now Harding up 31-21. Let's go down and check in with Lily Birch and get Lily's thoughts on the first half. Lily?
Hey, Billy, thanks. So at halftime, I mean, we've seen almost everything. We've seen Braden Jay continuously turn his speed for Harding, creating the kind of explosive play Harding's need. But on the other side of the ball, UT Permian Basin quarterback Cannon Gibson is just giving Harding's defense something that we've never seen before. So I think it's been an incredible first half, but the adjustments coming after half could decide what's going to happen in this game for sure.
All right, thanks, Lily. We will check in with you with 1 minute on the scoreboard before the second half gets underway. And my QB number 1, Park Parrish, your thoughts on the first half?
Oh, I thought it was an awesome first half of football. A lot of fun to watch. There's some guys that can play ball on both sides. And, you get to this far down the road in the playoffs, and, of course, you're going to have a lot of studs on both sides of the field here. And it was a really good first half for UTPB, I thought. I mean, a few things didn't go their way. The turnover hurt, but they really did a nice job of battling back when they were down 21-7. I think if you're either team, you're kind of happy with where things are. UTPB is still in the football game. I think they're probably happy to be within striking distance. And then if you're Harding, you like how things went on offense in particular. Sure, you gave up 21, but one of those was on a short field on the onside kick. So. And I think there's positives from both sides, but there's also things to clean up on both sides.
And I think also the only thing probably Permian Basin, obviously the onside kick was big for Harding to get that. They turned that into points. And then that last turnover for UTPB. I think that was obviously, if you go back, one thing they'd like to change was that last turnover and just be down 7 at halftime.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of time. They were trying to take a shot right there, throw a haymaker, but they had a lot of time to move the ball down the field methodically, and they had been successful doing that. I think they'd like to have that one back, but obviously a lot of football left to be played. So.
All right, Park Parish, you go get a break here at halftime, and we will rejoin you and Lily as we get ready to start the second half. 31-21 is the halftime score as Harding has the lead here in the NCAA Division II quarterfinal round. The winner plays next Saturday. That will be determined, and the teams would find out. Whoever wins, all 4 teams that win today will find out tonight what their fate is as far as where they would go, who they would play, and that would be determined, and the teams would be told that tonight. We'll come back and look. I tell you right now, I can go ahead and keep it right here and give you the final score, final scores that I do have. One note I wanted to mention before we go to halftime break: we knew that we would see an outstanding performance. Tristan Exline Jr., he's been super all year long, but 15 tackles, 10 solo tackles for him for UT Permian Basin there in the first half. And we are at halftime. It is 31-21. Harding leads at the half. And I said I'd look at the scoreboard, so let's go ahead and do that right now of games in the quarterfinals. One final, Kutztown beats Frostburg State. That's a final 51-29. And Albany State trails Newberry now. Albany State led early, but now Newberry leads Albany State 31-21 with 2:56 left in the third quarter of that game is the scoreboard that's being shown to us right now. And Ferris State leads Minnesota State 38-21, 8:03 left in the fourth quarter of that game. We'll come back in 5 minutes, and we will look at the scoring summary and team numbers from the first half. 31-21, Harding leads UT Permian Basin at half as we step away for 5 minutes and remind you this is the NCAA Division II football playoffs.
Nothing that I say. You must unlearn what you have learned. Do or do not. There is no try. Behold the Underminer! I always beneath you, but yet me! I hereby declare war on peace and happiness! Soon all will tremble before me!
Back at halftime, 31-21 Bison's lead. And we'll look at the scoring summary. And a lot of points there in the first half. 31 points for Harding. Bison's the time of possession, 18:40, with the advantage in possession time for UTPB, 11-13. The scoring plays for the Bisons. Braden Jay got it started 55 yards for the touchdown run. That 5-play, 71-yard drive, 10:47 mark of the first quarter. Lee Pack's extra point made it 7-0. And then Braden Jay on a 6-yard touchdown run. That was after the onside kick. 10-play, 54-yard drive, 14-0 Bisons after Lee Pack's extra point. And then here come the Falcons, and it was Gibson, Cannon Gibson, on a 1-yard touchdown run, 13-play, 75-yard drive, and after Chavaria's extra point, made it 14-7. At that point, Harding up 7. And then Cole Keelan would come back with a big play, 50-yard touchdown run for Cole. 4-play, 65-yard drive, 21-7 Harding after Lee Pack's extra point. And then here come the Falcons right back again as a touchdown pass for a 1-yard run, I should say, because that was the drive in which it was Cannon Gibson, who looked like he was going to be stopped at the 1-yard line. An outstanding play, to able to pitch it backwards, and the toss back for Camden Tyler. Then Camden Tyler on the 1-yard touchdown run, and that completed that drive of 7 plays, 34 yards. Extra point by Chavaria made it 21-14 Harding. And then the Falcons would get a stop, and they get the football back, and it's Cannon Gibson who throws a 45-yard touchdown pass to Jace Wyatt. Chavaria's extra point made it 21-14 with 10:08 left in the, or 21-21, I beg your pardon, with 6:56 left there in the second quarter. Then the Bisons come back with an 80-yard drive, 10 plays, 80 yards, and it was capped off by a 4th down and 3, and Brady Barnett on a 24-yard reverse in for the touchdown. Lee Pack's extra point made it 28-21, and then Harding gets a turnover, an interception at midfield by the Bisons, and taken away by Josh Gatlin, and drive down 8 plays, 21 yards to set up a 47-yard field goal by Magnus Lee Pack, 31-21. Harding with the lead, 7 seconds left until halftime, and that's where we stand at halftime. Bison's one note to pass along. They have on the rushing yards today, Harding with 291 yards there in the first half, 36 carries. So they have eclipsed the Harding record and been able to do the all-time record, pass that today. They needed 242 rushing yards. They've busted that now, breaking the all-time collegiate rushing record of 6,160 yards. There's a new mark now. That was set by the 2023 Harding squad. And the Bisons with the rushing touchdowns there in the first half. Harding got a rushing touchdown from Cole Keelan, 2 from Braden Jay, and then 1 for Brady Barnett. So now the Bisons able to break the single-season rushing record as they've gone past the 79. That was also set back in 23. So a couple of milestones achieved already today. Let's take another timeout. We'll come back in 5 minutes. We'll rejoin Park Parish and Lily Birch when we come back in 5 minutes, 31-21. Harding leads at halftime, Super Region 4 final, and Harding leads at halftime 31-21. The winner goes to the semifinals next week. We'll pause for 5 minutes. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. Back at halftime, 31-21, as the cloud coverage starts to come in a little bit, so the sun's gone away. Let's go down and check in with Lily Birch as we get ready for the second half. Lily?
Thanks, Billy. Yeah, it got a little bit colder down here on the sidelines, but the boys just came out. The Harding Bisons did, and the game is about to start. And I'm just so excited to see what's about to happen because this game so far has been very good. Every player has been very talented. And so we may see some onside kicks, some more crazy things from the quarterback. So, yeah, I'm excited.
All right, thanks, Lily. We look forward. We'll hear from you after the game as well. I tell you what, Park, Lily's right. We've seen a little bit of everything. The onside kicks, we've seen a couple of those. We've seen some just dynamic plays from the student athletes in this game.
Yeah, it's been exciting to watch. It was a very exciting first half of football, and I expect nothing less than that in the second half too, based off of that first half.
So here we go, and Harding will get it to begin the third quarter. Chavarria approaches the football in a high, short kick. And Hines Jr. from the 22-yard line across the 30, near sideline, 35, 40, 45, and steps out of bounds right before midfield. We'll see where they mark him at the 49. So now here's the test for the Falcons. Can they stop Harding on the first drive of the second half? It's something teams have really rarely done.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge possession right here. If Harding can march down a score and stretch this thing to 17, obviously that's a big lead with this team. We've seen how much they can chew up clock. On the flip side, if UTPB can get the football right back and go down and score themselves, now we're talking about a whole different ball game.
So Cole Keyline, the line of scrimmage, toss left side for Jay, midfield. Jay to the 40, gets a block, 35, left sideline, inside the 25, tight roping the sideline, and finally forced out of bounds at the 26-yard line. There is a marker that we'll have to check.
Flag on the play.
Flag is right at midfield.
Yeah, they're going to call holding here on Harding, I do believe.
Jaime Martinez, our referee from the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Don't think his mic is on. So 14:46 left. Either he did not turn his mic on or something's happened to it, but we could not hear him right there. But it is holding, so it takes you back to the 38-yard line. I talked about penalties. Bison's 35 yards per game penalized this year, 56 yards per game for the Falcons, but that's a costly one there.
Yeah, that's the kind that's a drive killer with this offense. I mean, you're going to have to find a way to break one here. I would expect to see some option, try to hit the edge and see if you can make up this 10 yards.
So the football is at the 39-yard line. It is first down and 20 for Harding. And here's the give to Miller. Angles off to the left side, hit hard and knocked down at the 43-yard line. He's stopped by Lane Horick. And so it's second down coming up here. So he's able to pick up about 4, maybe 4.5, almost 5.
Yeah, that looked like trap right there. Maybe I'm not exactly sure. I'm a little surprised by the play call, but we'll see. We'll see what they go back to here.
Wind is blowing out of the south right now across the field. Toss right side, Franklin. Franklin to the 45. Franklin gets to midfield. So it'll be third down and 9 coming up here for Harding. Tackle made by David Walker. And third down and 9. Harding in the game. Bison's in the first half. On third down, 6 of 9. So now third down right here.
Yeah, this is a big play right here for both sides. I would imagine if Harding can get it to 4th and 3-ish, maybe they try to go for it.
Timeout. Harding. This is their first of the half.
So timeout will allow us to look at the scores, see if they say this is a media. They will take a media, so let's take a quick 30. 30-second timeout, 13-19 left, third quarter, 31-21 Harding leads. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. Third down from midfield as we get ready to go back to action. And a big third down here for the Bisons. Park, and 3rd and 9, so it's not 3rd and short like they would like to be in at this spot.
Yeah, no, I'm curious. You go back to toss here with Braden Jay. Do you do that quick stop route to Brady Barnett? Do you try to hit one over the top? Or do you just run your base option? You've got several things you can go to here. We'll see what Coach Wheaton decides to draw up.
A receiver to each side. Keelan takes the snap, toss left side. Jay trying to get outside, ankle tackle, a great play by the Falcons right at midfield, and no gain on the play. And the stop made by Trey Yanez. The sophomore made the tackle. And so now it is 4th down. And again, we have not seen a lot of teams stop Harding on the first drive of the 3rd quarter, and the Falcons just did it.
Yeah, and I mean, aided by that, first down holding penalty. We see Braden Jay break one off, but called back.
Here's the punt from Amana. High punt, fair catch being signaled for and taken at the 18-yard line. So now the Falcons, after they get the stop, that's part of it. Now the flip side of that is Heston Kelly on the fair catch, they need points right here. They need to go down and make a statement drive right here, down 10 with 12:40 left.
Yeah, if they're able to do that, this game gets really interesting.
We're in the 3rd quarter. Kutztown, they've already punched their ticket to the national semifinals. Ferris State just 2:43 away from doing that. They lead Minnesota State 45-29. And Newberry trying to pull the upset early in the 4th quarter. They lead Albany State 31-24. First down from the 18-yard lines where this drive is going to begin. And now Gibson in shotgun, takes the snap. Gibson now turns, hands it off, and back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Joseph Olawayemi and Clark Griffin on the tackle. Give him a yard on the play. And so it's 2nd down and 9, and Corey Harris with a rare carry. That's just his 3rd carry today.
I was going to say it's almost as rare to see UTBB turn and hand it as it is to see Harding throw it.
Shotgun, Harris to the right of Gibson. And now Gibson takes, pass, tip, and picked off by Curtis Jackson. CJ picked it off, and the Bisons got a hand on it and tipped it up in the air.
Yeah, I think it was big knee Addy got his paw up there on it. And I mean, you never know what's going to happen when a football's tipped. That's the danger with slinging it around like that, and the Bison's able to take advantage right there. That's a huge play in this football game.
So Curtis Jackson with the interception, and 12:03 left, and that takes away the stop that the defense had just done and gotten through and turned away. Harding, now the defense gets it back. 2nd turnover.
Yeah, that's what this team is built on, right? The offense is obviously special and has done things that no other Harding offense has done ever before this year, and so they deserve all the respect that they have earned. But the defense, that's the calling card of this team.
So open field to the right, and now give here to Miller, and Miller is going to carry it down to the 16-yard line. He's going to get 5, and 2nd down and 5 coming up here. Second, really give him 4, so 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, that's a big win on 1st down if you're Harding. There's nothing flashy about it. We've talked about it time and time again. It doesn't look like much, but then you look up and you're like, oh man, it's 4 or 5 yards on 1st down. It's just what they do.
2nd down and 6. Here's Keelan. He'll keep, lowers his shoulder and runs forward, and going to get it down inside the 15-yard line. He had quite a collision with Lane Horak, the junior from Rockwall, Texas. 3rd down and a yard now. We talked about Harding at 3rd and 9 earlier. Now 3rd and 1, this is where they want to be.
Oh yeah, this is their bread and butter. This is what this whole offense is set up for.
Line of scrimmage is the 12. Give it here to Miller. He sidesteps a man, steps to his right, takes it for a 1st down, inside the 10, down to the 8. And Jefferson on the tackle. 1st down and goal now for the Bisons. In the red zone this year, before today, 50 of 59, and 43 of those touchdowns for Harding.
I've been really impressed with this UTPB front. I
Sure
mean,
have. Yeah, me too.
They have created chaos up there, and they have made Andrew Miller's day tough.
So 10 1/4 left here in the third. Open field to the left. And now Keelan will take the snap. Keelan will hand it off to Miller. Dives forward to the 5 and tackled by Trey Yanez.
No, it's not the, we mentioned it earlier, it's not the most, imposing defense to look across and see, but they've got some players, guys that just have a knack and nose for the football, and they seem to be in the right spot and they tackle well.
So it's at the 5, second down and goal. Franklin to the left and Jay to the right. Jay in motion, toss it to him. Jay cut down behind the line of scrimmage, lost back to the 10-yard line, and UTPB with another big defensive play.
I'll tell you what, that's a rare blitz package that you don't see against this offense much. It's not really defensively sound, but when you throw it in there, and you catch the offense off guard, it can be effective.
Jaden Plater came through and made the tackle, so it's a 5-yard loss. Now it's third and goal at the 10. 9:15 left.
Yeah, you can't do that often, or Harding's gonna make you pay for it. But if you can do it at the right moments, like they just did, it can be really effective.
We're in the third, and now Keelan toss right side. Franklin to the 5 and tackled at the 6, and another good true tackle, Lane Horick on the stop at the 6, and now the field goal unit comes out.
Yeah, I think that's a win if you're UTPB, but
yeah.
At the same time, you're happy to take points off a turnover if you're Harding. You have to come away with points there, so I think both teams can be happy at the same time there.
Xavier Hilton will snap it. This will be a 23-yard attempt from the right hash. Mamata places it down, and Lepak swings his right leg, and the field goal is good. 23-yard field goal from Magnus Lepak, his second field goal in the game, and the Bisons open up a 13-point lead now, 34-21. 8:29 left in the third quarter. We step away for 60 seconds. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. $8:29 left in the third, 34-21 Harding, and they turn the turnover into points. 7 plays, 15 yards on the drive. The Curtis Jackson interception after it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. High end over end kick. This is a good deep kick, 3 yards deep, fair caught. And so the Falcons will bring the football out to the 25-yard line. And Falcons, of course, from the Lone Star Conference. Harding, a member of the Lone Star Conference many years ago. First down at the 25-yard line. Great American Conference regular season champions, Harding at 13-0. 11-2 UT Permian Basin. Football is at the 25. Falcons are 7-2 in the Lone Star this year. Open field is to the left. And now they'll swing it out left side. This is complete at the 25-yard line. Clark Griffin's going to make the tackle at the 30 after the Deion Campbell also in on the stop. And the completion there to Jace Wyatt, who you really have to respect. He's a talent. 5-yard gain, second down 5.
Yeah, he's a really good football player. Great hands. He's good with the ball after the catch.
Second down, and now a little razzle-dazzle here. Flea flicker, and throw it to the right side, complete. Did not go for a big play, went for 6 after the completion. They handed it off, looked like it was going to be it's a double handoff, looked like a reverse, and then just tossed it back to the quarterback, Gibson, and he threw it to Camden Tyler, who caught it for a first down up to the 36.
Yeah, that's a lot going on for a
6 yard.
6-yard gain, but hey, you know, I mean, quarterback must have looked up and not liked what he saw down the field and checked it down. Smart decision. He's a veteran player.
This time they'll keep it on the ground, running straight up the middle. Clark Griffin and Grant combine to make the tackle. And the carry there by Camden Tyler. So now it's second down and 9 after a 1-yard gain there. The numbers, 325 for Harding, 318 on the ground. 221 total yards for the Falcons, 194 in the air. 48 total plays for Harding now, 34 for the Falcons. Second down and 9. Gibson looking, Gibson pressured and sacked. First sack of the day, and Joseph Olawayemi wrapped him up. And Caden Spencer also on the pressure.
I was about to say, there's a couple guys in there. He didn't have a chance to escape on that one. We've seen him get away from a few sacks, but when you got 4 arms around you, it's hard to get away from 2 different guys.
And now 3rd and 13, and the Falcons 1 of 4 on 3rd down today.
Yeah, this is a big play right here for the Harding defense. Looks like they're only going to rush 3. See if they end up bringing that linebacker for 4.
As loud as First Security Stadium's been today. 3rd down. And now Gibson throws complete right at the line to gain across the 45-yard line. And the completion to Jalen Tillman is going to get a first down. What a clutch play. The throw and catch, 13 yards.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if Harding wishes they'd have brought 4 right there. The quarterback was able to stand in the pocket and deliver a nice football.
So from the 46, Gibson pressured. Gibson throws complete at the 47 of Harding. He's got a first down to the 40-yard line. Sobczak was right in his face and hit him right as he released the football. And he threw a strike to Ben Patterson, senior from Fort Worth, and a first down to the 39.
Yeah, they've been successful over the middle these last 2 plays.
Open field to the left. And now Gibson to throw on first down. Gibson now rolls right, fires, and incomplete. He was being pressured and just got rid of it. He wound up on the ground. Spencer was after him. Sobczak was after him. He threw it in the direction of Jalen Tillman, and now it's second down at the 39.
Yeah, we've seen him get hit on nearly every play this drive. He's doing a fine job of delivering the football. Just wasn't able to get enough on it right there on that one, but kid's a player.
Josh Garner comes in the game. He's up front with Brock Napton and Justin Sobczak. It's second and 10 from the Harding 39. Gibson looks right, fires right, complete. 7, maybe 8 yards on the play. And Dean on the tackle. It was complete to Jalen Tillman. So it's third down and 3 now. 4:50 and counting. And now Gibson, quick slant, complete at the 26-yard line. Campbell on the tackle, but the completion to Traylon Sewell. And the Falcons move the change once again. That is first down, number 15 for the Falcons. The Bisons have 15 first downs.
Yeah, they're just putting a lot of trust in their receivers, just getting those one-on-one matchups that they like and going right to a guy on these quick routes, and it's been effective.
First down at the 26. Open field to the left. And now Gibson takes. Gibson looks over the middle. Gibson steps up. Gibson's going to run this time. Now he throws at the last instant, complete at the 15-yard line, and down inside the 10. Clark Griffin and Deion Campbell on the tackle. It looked like he was going to run it. T.J. McKenzie on the receiving end of that. He's a transfer from Ferris State. So now it's first down and goal from the 10. No huddle. Gibson takes, throws left side, complete at the 10, and running inside the 5-yard line inside the 3, down to the 2. Martin on the tackle, and the completion to Camden Tyler out of the backfield. Second down and goal. And they mark this inside the 1, so it's second and goal at the 1. Gibson in shotgun. Takes, he's going to run it himself to the goal line, and touchdown, Falcons. And UTPB comes right back and makes this a one-score game. Once again, 3:34 left, and the Falcons put the drive together. That's their second 75-yard drive, and a big third down and 13 conversion.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, just finding these matchups that they like. They're just putting guys one-on-one and letting their guys make a play, and so far they are executing.
So now the extra point try from Chavarria. Placement is down, and the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. 34-28. Harding leads with 3:34 left here in the third quarter, and the Falcons, all the way from Odessa, Texas, over 700 yards away, they came to play. And even though they gave up the field goal right before half and then the field goal after the turnover, I think that's big stands for their defense instead of giving up 2 touchdowns. We see teams, when Harding gets a turnover, they get touchdowns.
Yeah.
But to hold them to 2 field goals after the 2 turnovers.
Keeps you in the game, you know. I mean, otherwise you're down too big. And right now it's a football game, so Harding's going to need to answer. We've seen the UTPB defense really be effective against them. We'll see if Harding can find an answer and turn this into 6, but they've had a little bit of a hard time, especially the last few possessions, getting into the end zone.
Park, that is a 12-play, 75-yard drive. Took 4:55 off the clock.
Yeah, I think it's concerning if you're a Harding fan. Able to really do whatever they wanted right there. You had them on 3rd and long. You had your chance to get off the field, and you couldn't do it. Other than that, everything came pretty easy for UTPB. Really the only adversity they faced was after that sack. So if you're not able to get the quarterback on the ground for a sack, they're moving the ball with ease right now.
So here's the kickoff. High, short kick once again. This is taken at the 18-yard line and across the 30, 35, up to the 42. There's a flag down. Jakaisen Wright, the sophomore from Little Rock, went to Robinson, and the flag we'll see at the 41-yard line. You have any thoughts on it, Park? Where it is, it's back at the 29-yard line where the flag is.
The offense is backing up, so it must be on Harding.
So Jaime Martinez talking with his crew. And now all but about 2 officials are in on this meeting. Now you're going to tell us the flag.
During the return, personal foul, face mask.
Yeah, wait.
Team number 88. The 15-yard penalty is added to the end of the play. First down.
You know, don't as you get older, Park, be like me and second guess yourself all the time. That's what you thought it was initially.
I saw it, and then everybody was walking back, and I said, well, I guess I didn't see what I thought. But, yeah, I thought I saw that head whip around, you know. That's usually a telltale sign of a face mask.
Well, you get a good return, and then you get 15 on the end of it. So to the 44, Harding has it to begin the drive. And up 34-28.
We've seen them have pretty good field position in the past and not turn it into a touchdown. So see if they can change that right here.
3:28 left in the third. And now Keelan takes the snap. Toss left side for Jay. 40, left sideline, 30, 25, 20. Jay to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Harding. His 3rd touchdown on the day. 44 yards, but there's a flag.
Man.
And I think you hear the groaning. Everybody saw the flag. And after Jay ran for what looked like was going to be his 3rd touchdown of the day. We'll wait for
Holding. Offense number 13. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, first down.
Well, it's from the spot, so it's not quite from the line of scrimmage, so it's not as deadly as the holding penalty on the previous possession.
Well, Braden came in 815 all-purpose yards, 8 touchdowns in 8 playoff games. And so far today, 128 yards, 8 carries. Now you'll have to back some of those off because they take that off the board.
Yeah,
8 carries, 88 yards now officially.
I think that was probably the right call on that play. You hate to see it. I'm not sure it was necessary.
It's 1st and 16 at the 50. And now Keelan will keep. Keelan takes it around the right end, turns it back up the middle of the field, and he is tackled by Anthony Cunningham, who's had a good day. So it's now second down. X-Line Park has 13 tackles, 7 solo.
Yeah, he's a hand, that's for sure. You know, we're seeing UTPB do some unconventional things here. Saw him bring 2 guys off the edge on the previous play. They brought them on the backside. See if they keep pulling some stunts and some blitz packages like that. That's not something we see against this Harding offense all too often.
2-yard gain there, second down and 14 from the 48. And now Keelan toss left side, Jay to the 45, and he's going to squirt through down to the original line of scrimmage. And he is stopped by Mikhail Soto, and now third down 10.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we saw last time. You know, a holding penalty puts you behind the sticks. You make 2 decent plays on offense, but you still end up with 3rd and long, and this offense is really not designed to get 10 yards per play. Even if you run it correctly, you're going to have to break a tackle or bust one somewhere, or hope the defense busts if you're Harding.
It's a big third down. If you want to be in a situation, even if you don't get it, to go for it, you need something good to happen here because it's a 6-point game. Harding leads, 1:50 left, and the football at the 44. Now Keelan's going to throw it on third down. Keelan rolls left. Now Keelan's still looking. He tucks. He's going to run the football. He's going to be stopped at the 42-yard line. And the Falcons stop Harding. Jamison Haluk comes up to make the tackle. And now it's 4th down and 7.5, and Harding will have to punt it.
Yeah, I think the most frustrating part about the whole situation is that you're just not able to run your offense because you keep putting yourself behind the sticks. So it's not that the offense is really getting stopped. It's just you're shooting yourself in your own foot if you're Harding.
Good snap. Here's the punt from Mamata. High end-over-end punt. Fair caught at the 9. So that's another good punt from Luke Mamata. And fair caught by Heston Kelly. Mamata, second at Harding in career yards per punt, coming in 42. And that's his 8th punt on the season, down inside the 20. So now, boy, this is a big drive from the, they're going to mark it at the 10 is where this drive begins officially. And the Falcons have had some long drives today.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to move the ball. We'll see if Harding can make some adjustments. You know, Harding's played a little bit soft on them, respecting that downfield game, but so far UTPB's been able to take advantage, especially in these one-on-one matchups. They get these guys one-on-one. These receivers have been really good.
Empty backfield. Gibson takes, and now Gibson steps up, rolls right, being chased. He's going to run, and he's going to be tackled, but he gets a first down. Joseph Olawayemi stayed after him up to the 23-yard line. We talked when the game started that obviously he can get it done with his arm, but Cannon Gibson can get it done with his legs as well, and he runs for a first down there to the 23.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just not sound on your gaps there, he's able to slip through, and we've seen him do it a few times, and he's stepped up and he's run the ball, or he's stepped up and he's delivered it to an open receiver.
So shotgun, swing it out left side, complete. Deion Campbell, good tackle at the 26-yard line, and the completion to Heston Mathis. It's a 4-yard pickup on the play, and second down 6. Saw the Bisons really put pressure on the quarterback Gibson earlier. Got the 1 sack. Now that's the last play of the 3rd. We are in for a heck of a 4th quarter. We'll come back for it in 60 seconds. 34-28. Harding leads the Falcons of UT Permian Basin. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. Here we go to the fourth quarter. Quarterfinals of the NCAA Division II football playoffs, and what a game in Searcy. Sunshine's gone now. It's cloudy, and temperature in the upper 40s. It's a playoff crowd. It's two great playoff teams. Second down and 6. Harding leads 34-28. UT Permian Basin from the 28-yard line, and now Gibson throws it near side complete, and to the 35-yard line. Valcarcel on the tackle after the completion there to Heston Mathis. First down for the Falcons. Remember, they came from behind, down 15-0 last week. So we knew at half they were down 10, that they were not done. And now they're just a touchdown and an extra point away from taking the lead for the first time. Now this time design run to the near side. Clark Griffin makes the tackle at the 43-yard line, and that's Gibson on the carry, and a big pickup of almost 9 on first down. Give him 8.
Yeah, these guys are really just having their way. They're doing what they want against this defense. They've got this defense on their heels, and we haven't seen that much at all this year.
So now Gibson wanted to throw it to the left, now throws it back to the right, and the tackle is going to be made immediately by the Bison's Curtis Jackson, but it's a first down. He looked to the left and wanted to throw it that way, but then came right back to the right. He's so patient and hit Jalen Tillman.
Yeah, he's had a great game. He's quite the football player. I've been impressed.
First out to 47. Gibson throws it left. First down, midfield, and a hurdle at the 45-yard line. He went over Gatlin. That was the leap from Heston Mathis to the 44-yard line. Now it's second down and a 9-yard pickup for the Falcons. 13:24 left in the fourth, and they're in Harding territory.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this defense looks tired.
And now this time Gibson's going to keep it himself. He'll get the first down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to get Harding for too many men
yeah,
on the field.
They were
here.
trying to get it cleared but could not. It's a first down either way. Now there's a flag on the other side. There's a flag on the Harding sideline. There's a flag on the Falcon sideline. So they'll get together and make sure that.
Illegal substitution. More than 11 players on the field. Defense. 5-yard penalty. The result of the play is a first down.
The Falcon fans across the way, and there's not a lot of them. It's a long trip to Odessa, Texas, but they are on their feet. There are Harding fans on both sides of the stadium. Good crowd here today. And now it's at the 39 with open field to the right. First down for the Falcons. And now Gibson to throw, empty backfield, throws to the near side, complete at the 35, and this is near the line to gain, down to the 29-yard line. Gatlin on the tackle, the completion once again. They go to Heston Mathis.
Yeah, that little flat route right there on the 3-receiver side has been deadly the last few drives.
That's his 7th reception on the day. Gibson is now 27 of 35, and now they're going to run it straight up the middle, and Janak's going to make the tackle. Now Gibson a little slow getting up at the 24-yard line and limping as he goes back to the line of scrimmage, but they're going to mark this at the 26, so he got 3, and second down and 7 on the play.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see.
He's carried it 10 times for 37 yards, 2 touchdowns, 27 of 36, 295 yards passing, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions.
Oh, he's been incredible today.
Second down at the 26. And Gibson takes, hands it off up the middle, and Gratt and Mays combined to make the tackle at the 25, and now it's third down.
Yeah, you know, the 2 interceptions, one of them was not a great throw. The other one, you know, a tip ball.
Tipped, yeah.
It's hard to blame the quarterback anytime there's a tip. It's just a kind of a freak thing, but he's had a great day. He's been really impressive to watch for sure.
Corey Harris carried it there. You feel like they're in 4-down territory.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think you got to stop him twice right here.
Third down at the 25 for the Falcons. A back to the left. That is Harris. He goes in motion. And now Gibson looking. Throws for Harris. Complete at the 20-yard line. It's about a yard short. Gatlin and Griffin there on the stop, but it's 4th down and a yard, and one of the biggest plays up to this point, maybe the biggest play of the football game.
This is what it,
4th and a yard, and now looking into the boundary, Gibson now timeout, Harding timeout.
Timeout. Harding. This is their second of the half.
So 11:09 left, 34-28, Harding leads. Look at the other scores in the quarterfinals. Kutztown, they've already won, so they've advanced to the national semifinals. The winner of this game goes to the national semifinals. Ferris State has won. They're in the national semifinals. They beat Minnesota State 52-29. Newberry continues to lead Albany State 31-24. That's with a minute 50 left in that football game. So now 4th down and a yard at the 20. And we'll see what the Falcons draw up here and what Roddy Moat and his defense draws up right here.
I mean, I think if you're UTPB, you've got to put it in the air and swing something up to your wide receivers. How often have we seen Harding stop UTPB on these short, quick routes? Not much. So it's been much more difficult up the middle. So normally, you'd think 4th and 1, trust your big guys up front and just pound away. But against this Harding front, and with the way we've seen these receivers have success, I don't know that you don't go to the edge here.
11-12 left. Open field to the right. 34-28, Harding leads. 4th down at the Harding 20. And now Gibson takes the snap, throws it right side, complete, 1st down. Diving forward, Clark Griffin on the tackle, but the quick completion on the near side to Heston Mathis, the senior from Dallas. And the 1st down to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would have done right there. Harding's playing off, playing soft. They're kind of giving it up. Just take what the defense gives you.
Football on the right hash. And now in motion goes the back out of the backfield. And now this is a design run and a good tackle by Jordan Mays. He comes in and makes the tackle and stopped Gibson. And once again, Gibson's slow to get up.
Yeah.
It's a short gain on the play, maybe a half yard if that.
I think I'd stop running him. It hasn't really been there, and he's clearly a little shaken up, and you need his arm for sure.
I don't know if he's favoring his right leg maybe a little bit.
I think it's his right, which,
okay.
That's the plant leg, so
yeah.
We'll see if it affects him at all. So far, it looks like it's not affecting him throwing the ball.
So it's to the 17, it is a yard gain. And now Gibson, empty backfield, takes, looks right, fires right, complete at the 10, down to the 7-yard line, and forced out of bounds into the near boundary. Deion Campbell and Dean combined to make the tackle. That is Corey Dean, and another completion on the near side to Jalen Tillman, and it's 1st down and goal for the Falcons from the 7-yard line. 9:42 left in the football game. Empty backfield. And now here is Gibson taking, going to run straight up the middle. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Maybe a half yard. Joseph Oluwayemi and Justin Sobzak met him. And again, he's slow to get up. And it's 2nd down and goal. And really a very minimal gain right there.
I'm not sure I'd do anything other than swing it out to my wide receivers. I mean, it's been good for 6-7 yards a pop.
So 9:05 left. Harris is back in the game to the right of Gibson. And now Gibson throws for Harris. It's almost intercepted, broken up by Corey Dean. He jumped the route and almost was able to pick it off. He broke it up. So now it's 3rd down. 3rd and goal. And a 6-point Harding lead, 8:57 left. It's at the 7. And now the crowd coming back to life.
That was a really nice play right there by Dean. He was a step away from a pick 6.
Redshirt freshman from Moore, Oklahoma. Caden Spencer comes back in the game. Napton's in the game up front. So is Sobzak. So it's 3rd down and goal from the 7. Gibson, empty backfield takes. Gibson looking. Gibson pressure. Gibson being chased. Gibson running, fires, and it is caught for a touchdown. in the front corner of the end zone. Now there's a flag that comes in at the end of the play, and the referees, neither one of them have their caps on. So did he go out of bounds possibly? Traylon Sewell caught it. They threw the arms up and said touchdown. Justin Sobczak was chasing the quarterback, Cannon Gibson, and what a huge decision this is for this officiating crew.
I wonder if
It's an incomplete pass. Third down.
So they ruled it an incomplete pass.
Correction.
fourth down.
Fourth down.
There we go.
It's fourth down. See the replay on that if we can real quick. 8:48 left. Here's the replay, Park. See if you can kind of decipher this. They're going to kick a field goal.
Well,
Yeah, we blocked. We'll probably have a different angle we'll look at in a minute. But so here is the extra point, field goal try to make it a 3-point game. Do you have to be aware of a fake right
I
here?
think you have to play safe right here. You're happy to just give up 3 with the way this offense has been moving the ball.
Diego Chavarria. This will be a 24-yard attempt from the right hash. Placement is down, and the field goal is no good. It's no good. And UTPB comes away with no points after a tremendous drive.
I mean, you know, Billy, you talked about it before the game. You had to think that the kicking situation was going to come back to bite them at some point. And
Wide
there
left.
it was.
Wide left. Still a 6-point game. I really didn't expect to see the field goal try there. I really thought they were in 4-down territory, but trying to get it to a field goal game with 8:44 left. Now it's a 6-point game. Now Harding really needs points on this drive. From the 20-yard line, they'll begin. Remember, that drive started deep in Falcon territory.
Yeah, they had their offense. I mean, they have really had their way with the Harding defense.
Football right in the center of the field. And now here is the keep by Keyline. Turns it back to the center of the field. Tackled at the 23-yard line after a 3-yard gain. And, of course, it's Tristan Exline who made the tackle. And just an outstanding defensive player he is. 14 tackles, 8 solo.
Yeah, he's a hand. And if you look back at, you know, teams that have beaten Harding in the last few years, and there's not that many of them, but they tend to have stud linebackers like Exline.
8:10 left. Harding running the play clock down inside the final 10 seconds of the play clock. And now Keelan hands it off. Here is Miller, who's going to take it forward. And across the 25-yard line up to the 27-yard line, Jacob Humphrey made the tackle, and now it's third down. 3rd and 3 from the 27.
Big 3 yards right here.
Bison's on 3rd down, 8 of 13 today. 7:40 left. Keelan takes the snap. Jay in motion. Now they'll go back and reset. They said take the snap. He comes up and gets ready to take the snap.
Tried to get him on the hard count right there.
So now it's 3rd down. Now he does take the snap. He'll run it forward. First down across the 33 to the 34-yard line. First down, Harding, and a big 3rd down conversion up to the 33s where they're officially going to mark this.
That quarterback power has looked good all day. You know, it hadn't really broken open for a big game, but it's been good for 5 or 6. Nice execution right there by the Harding offense. See if they lean on that play a little bit more on this drive.
So at the 33 with open field to the right, 6:55 left here in the 4th. And 34-28, Harding, and clock running. Bisons have 1 timeout. The Falcons have all 3 of their timeouts. Franklin in motion. Keelan keeps around the right end. Keelan gets it up to the 39-yard line with a good, strong run. Stopped by Lane Horick. But it's a good gain on first down of 6, second down 4.
Yeah, there's double option again. You know, like we've been talking about, that quarterback game has kind of been there. You can only take away so many things and key on so many guys when you're trying to defend this offense. And it's been a quarterback game today.
14 carries, 126 yards, and a touchdown for Keelan. He's averaging 9 yards per carry. A lot of that aided by that 50-yard touchdown run.
Yeah,
average.
We don't see him carry it quite this much most games.
Second down and 4. Keelan takes the snap, toss, left side for Jay to the 40. And boy, they're trying to strip the football free. And he got it to the 41-yard line. They had 2 jabs at trying to strip it free. And they're going to mark this. Paul Simmons is asking for a better mark up to the 42-yard line. It is 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. Have to get to the 43. They mark this. They're going to mark it right on the 42, so it is 1 yard.
Yeah, UTPB's done a really nice job of interfering with the pitch relationship from quarterback to slot back.
Bison's with the injury right in front of the boundary with 5:35 left here in the 4th quarter. So Eric Myers and his staff on the field. 5:35 remaining. Braden Jay, the injured Bison player, it's got very quiet here at First Security Stadium, and you see number 7 down. One of the most beloved Bisons of all time. And Eric Myers is going to go check him out.
Yeah, it's good to see him walking under his own power, and he seems to be moving pretty good, so it's good to see.
But you're without him on 3rd down and 1 yard here. Hines Jr. is on the right side now. Franklin on the left side. They're the slot backs. Miller is the B-back. 3rd down and 1 yard at the 43.
You're either going quarterback power, quarterback sneak, or Andrew Miller. I'm going to say QB sneak here, but we'll see.
Keelan takes the snap, handed off Miller. 1st down, up to the 45-yard line, and Harding needed 1 and got 3.
And I mean, just nearly got to the ball right there on the exchange. These guys are shooting gaps, and they're slippery up front. They're hard to square up. Harding's had a hard time with them all day.
5:15 remaining in this quarterfinal matchup. Again, letting the play clock run down as far as you can right here. From the 45 on the Harding side of the 50, 4:56 remaining. And now Franklin in motion. Turn handed off now for Miller, who runs straight up the middle. Gets to the 47-yard line, maybe the 48, met by a couple of Falcons, Tristan Exline and Gary Holmes. Get 3 to the 48, 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, you're okay with 3. You can live with 3 on 1st down if you're Harding. You'd like to get 4 or 5 on 1st down, but 3 keeps you right where you want to be.
So 4 1/4 and counting. The Falcon fans across the way, they're all standing, and a lot of the Harding fans standing as well. 2nd down and 7 from the Harding 48. Handed off to Miller to midfield. And then Miller maybe crossed midfield just barely. Tackled Tristan Exline again and on the stop. And Holmes as well. Now it's 3rd down. It's 3rd and 4. And is Harding in 4-down territory?
I think so. I think so with what you've seen from this UTPB offense, honestly.
3:45 left.
I don't think Harding wants to give the ball back to him if they can. I mean, obviously they don't want to if they can help it, but
34-28, Harding leads. And now Keelan takes the snap. Keelan keeps it himself and takes it forward to the 47 and then stacked up and pushed backwards. He put it in the belly of Miller and then pulled it out.
Yeah, I'm going to say that was a mesh charge that Cole just improvised on is what I'm going to say. I don't really know what to call that play.
4th and 2 at the 47. And the mindset was 4-down territory, wasn't it?
You had to get it to 4th and 2 probably to try it. Maybe you go hard count here to start. I don't know that there's time for that, so they're going to just call a play and run it.
Yeah, just under 3 minutes left now, 13 on the play clock. Keelan takes, hands it off. Miller dives forward. Miller's got a 1st down to the 44.
Oh, what a push on the front line right there. My goodness, just blew him off the ball on that double team.
Hey, he got right behind Jake Mitchell.
Hey, that's where you just trust who you are.
And
you know?
Jake Mitchell, Harding's Gene Upshaw Award finalist announced this week.
Keep it simple. Don't read anything. Just big on big. We're going to just come right at you. See if you can stop it.
1st down to the 44. And now it takes more time, 2:20. You can take it almost to the 2-minute timeout before you snap it, but not quite. So from the 44, Keelan takes the snap. Now Keelan started to the left, now runs back to the right, and is going to take it for a yard to the 43. Now this will take us to the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, they're not being sound on defense, and Cole sees that, and it's messing with the reads. So we're not going to be able to read anything up if you're Harding. You're going to have to do something to keep them sound on defense.
A step away from maybe our final timeout. Take a 30-second break. 34-28, 2-minute timeout. Harding leads as we step away. This is the NCAA Division II football playoffs. Second down 9. Here we go, 34-28. This has been a dandy. And to set it up, Harding and UT Permian Basin, the winner of this game, plays in the national semifinals next week. The winner will find out their opponent later tonight. And only 2 games are going right now. No update from that Newberry-Albany State game. 31-24 at last check at the 2-minute timeout. That game, that's been a while since we saw an update on that, but you keep in mind here that the Falcons have all 3 timeouts, and you expect they'll probably start using them.
They're going to have to start using them. Honestly, I think Harding's content with, another first down is going to make it very difficult for UTPB to win this football game. So,
but it's 2nd and 9. So Harding, at the very least, they'd love to have to make the Falcons use their timeouts. Falcons need a stop. 2nd down and 9 from the 43. And now Keelan takes. Keelan keeps again. Keelan turns it inside the 35-yard line, down to the 30, to the 29-yard line. And the senior quarterback, in his 54th career start, he's hunting win number 50.
Well, that's what you got to do right there. When they are over pursuing like that, you've got to cut it up underneath. Cole is a distributor. That's what he is. But he can run it when he needs to, and he made a really good decision right there of letting those guys over pursue to his pitch key and just cutting it right underneath them.
Are we seeing Cole Keelan's best game at quarterback?
From a running perspective,
yeah.
I think so. He's done a really nice job, and he's been physical, and he's just made the right decisions. That's what you can count on with him. Is he's a guy that's seen it all. He's been there. He's done that. You just know he's going to make the right decision. You trust him to get you in the right play.
17 carries, 148 yards for him, and the 50-yard touchdown run. So now here's the first time out, by the way, was just used by the Falcons.
It's really kind of fun to see. You've seen Gibson on the other side and how talented he is, and you see all the weapons of a quarterback in that style. But then, what is not as flashy is how important the quarterback is in this triple option. Cole just makes this thing go.
Keelan to the line of scrimmage at the 30, hands it off to Miller. Miller around the left side, takes it outside the hash marks. Give him 5, and another timeout by the Falcons. That's their second timeout.
And it is a 30-second timeout.
We're not going anywhere. 1:46 left, and now 2nd down. And the Falcons have one more timeout that they can use. And the numbers, 388 yards for Harding, 364 for UT Permian Basin, 312 through the air. And 52 on the ground. Harding, 386 on the ground, 7 through the air. But 24 first downs by the Falcons, 19 for Harding. Time of possession is pretty even, 27:03 Harding, 24:13 for the Falcons. But maybe the biggest number is the 2 turnovers for the Falcons.
Yeah, that's been the difference in the game.
Yeah.
It's been a great football game to watch. It's been, if you're a fan of either one of these teams, it's been as stressful as it can be. But a great ball game to watch, and 2 high-level programs, and these are 2 good football teams.
So Keelan on the left hash, hands it off. Here's Miller. Miller down to the 20-yard line. He's got a first down. And they'll move the change. And UT Permian Basin with only one timeout. And when Harding had to convert on this drive, they have done it. And now to the 20. They don't use a timeout there. The Falcons do not. They only have one left. And now Harding can run the play clock down near 110 before they snap it. So
I don't think you're going to see this football tossed or pitched. I think
Yeah.
you're going to see a heavy dose of Andrew Miller or quarterback power right here. That's going to be my guess on these next few plays.
So it's at the 20. And now timeout Harding. And that's the Bison's final timeout.
Harding, this is their third and final of the game. Is this a 30-second timeout?
So we know that two teams have punched their tickets for the
Game clock
semifinals. We know that Ferris State, they have punched their ticket. And we know that Kutztown, they have punched their ticket. Newberry and the other game is Albany State. And I'm trying to get an updated score on that one. And it looks like that one's over. There's zeros on the scoreboard on the monitor that I'm looking at, and Newberry 31-24. That would be an upset. So it's first down. Harding is in victory formation at the 20-yard line. And Keelan will take the snap, kneel it down. And Cole Keelan pumps his fist to the fans in support. What a game he's had. And from 115 sitting beside me, looking at another 15, you know what that's like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a great feeling. You know, he's given it all today. He's I guarantee he's got some bumps and some bruises, and he's hurting, and he's just left it all out there. And he's the ultimate competitor, and I have the utmost respect for him, and it's been fun to watch him.
Second down. There's another kneel down. 32 seconds. They don't have to do it again. Harding is 14-0, and they are Super Region 4 champions for the third time in program history. Paul Simmons will take the Bisons to the national semifinals next week. Final score, Harding 34 and UT Permian Basin 28. What a football game, Park Parish.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to UTPB, a team that this is their first Super Region final, and to come in here after 2 weeks on the road. This is their third week on the road, making a lot of travel. Went up to Washington, went to Colorado, came to Arkansas. I mean, hats off to them. What a great showing they had. Great football team. A lot of talent over there. So you got to give them their flowers. That's a heck of a performance they put on here today against the number 2 team in the country. But Harding found a way to do it. They have not been in really any close games all year. And so to be gritty, to come away with this one, it says a lot about this team, and just super happy for the coaches and for the players. This was their first real test of the season from a perspective of a close football game. So they responded well, and on to the semifinals.
Let's go downstairs and check in with Lily Burks. Lily?
Hey, Billy. So Cole Keelan, I mean, like y'all been saying, he kept the offense rolling with his powerful running performance. And Andrew Miller, I mean, made his presence felt known tonight, and Braden Jay just gave the Bisons a burst of speed throughout the entire game. But credit to Cannon Gibson for keeping UTPB in striking distance the entire game. I mean, he did phenomenal tonight, as well as his offense and defense. But Harding's key playmakers closed the door, and I mean, we're going to the semifinals, and I couldn't be happier.
All right, thanks, Lily. Thanks for being with us today, and you're reporting down on the field. And well, a tip of the hat to UT Permian Basin, like you said. Gibson 30 of 41, 312 yards, a touchdown, and tip of the hat to the Bisons and the 50th win for Cole Keelan as a starting quarterback. And today, 17 carries, 148 yards, 396 yards of offense for Harding. And again, the defense, you have to, they hung in there. They got a big stop on that last drive and forced the field goal try that was no good, and they forced 2 big turnovers today.
Well, I think if you're the UTPB coaching staff, you obviously don't kick the field goal right there if you think that if you think that that's the last time you're going to touch the football.
Yeah.
So
but you don't know that.
No,
Yeah.
you don't know that. But then that's just standard Harding. You just don't know what you're up against until you come and play this team. And what was that, an 8 minute drive there to end it, something like that? I mean, that's what they're about, is hanging onto the football, keeping it away from your offense. And that was a very dangerous UTPB offense. So great job by Harding of just moving it down the field and playing keep away right there. That's all they had to do, and they were able to step up. And Cole Keelan was a big part of that. That quarterback power was a big play on that drive, and they were able to go to it when they needed it a few times. And he's just tough, man. He's the ultimate competitor. He's not going to put up the numbers that a lot of other quarterbacks are, but he is as valuable to this football team as any quarterback in the country is to their team.
Park, we will not know where we will be. I know what a lot of people assume, but we will not know where we will be or who the opponent will be until tonight. Scott Good and me are headed over to the Rhodes Reeves Fieldhouse for basketball tonight, and we'll probably know before basketball is over on campus where Harding will be and who they will play next week. But Harding moves on 14-0 now, and UT Permian Basin, again, what a year, 11-3, and hats off to Chris McCullough. What a job he's done there.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He's a fine football coach, and as long as he's at UTPB, I expect them to be in the mix. And wherever he goes, he's going to be successful. He does a really good job of calling both the offense and the defense, and he had his team ready to play today. And I mean, it's just so impressive. I've been through the playoffs and traveled and made those long trips, and it wears on you. But
yeah,
to be
their
able
third straight week.
Yeah, to be able to travel the distances that they have and to stay together and to really fight like they have and not just be happy to be here. This is their first time as a program to be in this situation. So to not get, hung up with hey, we've had a great season, we're coming to number 2 Harding, it's been fun. No, they thought they were going to come in here and win, and they just about did it.
Clark Griffin, 12 tackles, leads Harding. 17 tackles for Tristan Exline in the game. We knew that he would make a lot of them today.
Yeah, I mean, he's a stud. He's a great player. He had a great ball game. I was really impressed. He's obviously going to get his. He's a great player in this type of scheme. He's gonna have to be a big part of it, and he was excellent today. I was really impressed with that D-line. I thought they did a really good job of getting off blocks, better than I had seen other teams do that Harding has played this year. They even when Harding seemed to be in the right situation, guys were just shedding offensive linemen, shedding slots, and they were sticking their nose in there and making it really difficult for Harding.
Keelan, a touchdown. Jay, 2 touchdowns. And Barnett, the reverse play was huge. And that was on 4th down and able to convert and get the touchdown. And Harding moves on to next week. So 34-28. They win today. And, again, we'll find out. Check hardingsports.com to find out where, and the social media platforms of the NCAA to find out where Harding will play next week, because they'll move on to the semifinals.
Yeah, whoever it is, it's going to be a tough opponent. I mean, everybody that's left is really talented, and you see that with how many high seeds are left. We finally saw the first 1 seed go down today, but other than that, those 1 seeds have been hanging around there. So there's a lot of good football teams, and I expect whoever it to be a challenge next week.
Yeah. All right, Park, always great to be with you. And we saw a classic, I think, today in the national quarterfinals as Harding wins Super Region 4 and heads to the semifinals next week with a 34-28 win over UT Permian Basin. So that'll do it for our coverage today. Thanks so much to our crew here today from First Security Stadium. For Park Parrish and for Lily Birch, this is Billy Morgan saying thanks for being with us, and so long from First Security Stadium in Searcy, Arkansas.